So it's snowing outside.
It's snowing way bad.
Snowing really bad. It was a rough week, a long week. You never had those weeks where it's really long. We got to switch over on our screen here. We ever have those weeks
There we are.
where it's really long and you're just really excited that it's Friday. So that was me today. Super excited for Friday. I come back driving home. It takes me an hour to get home because of all the traffic. Because it normally only takes me about 20 minutes, 25 minutes.
Yeah.
Driving home, it's a long drive. It takes me an hour to get home. It's in the snow. We're going like 20 miles an hour the entire way. It's cold. I walk in the front door and I am greeted smack in the face like a ton of bricks with the glorious smell of cookies. Freshly.
I thought you were going to say like in-laws.
No.
The glorious smell of in-laws.
Freshly baked cookies on the stove. And I think to myself, what a great way to end the week.
Yeah.
Like, yes,
Yeah.
I need some of this comfort food. I walk over to the stove. There they are, glistening gold.
And they're not for you.
No, they are.
Oh,
they are.
Were you
They
late
are.
to work this morning to add on top of all this?
Oh, yeah. Yes,
I
was.
thought you
And
were.
in fact, ready for this story?
Wait, do you want to finish the other story or are
Yeah.
they all related?
It's kind of all related. But while I'm driving to work, okay, so pause on. I'm standing there in front of the glorious golden brown, clearly hot molten cookies. Okay, let's just finish that story. Then we'll get to the.
Okay, because this is like a good
Yeah, there it is. I pick one up. I think comfort food. I take a bite. Oh, and an explosion in my mouth, and it's just I can taste the butter. I can taste the cookie. You know what I'm talking about, right?
I know.
Then all of a sudden, something,
Sinister.
some foreign being pops into my mouth,
Yeah.
and it's a raisin.
Oh.
Raisin cookies.
That's
Okay, let me tell you.
That
Let me tell you the
sucks.
rule with raisins. There are
There-
a few things that raisins can be in: trail mix,
Yes.
Okay.
cereal,
Yes.
and an occasional fruit mix, whatever that may be.
I would also add, depending on the situation, a good rice pudding.
Sure, I don't think I've ever had that, but I could see
It's
where
very
you're
good.
going.
It's very tasty.
Okay.
Yeah. Depends on your
Things
mood.
that raisins should not be in: cookies,
Yeah.
muffins,
Yeah.
or any other baked
think-
good.
I think raisin cookies are like the brink of
Like
the cookie
raisins, stop trying to get into things. All right, you're a crappy dried out fruit.
world. Is a grape a fruit?
Yeah,
Yes,
it
it
is. It
is.
is.
Yes, technically. Actually, I don't think there's ever been any argument against
Oh,
it being.
yeah.
yeah. So stop.
But you're asking the hard-hitting questions.
Stop trying to invade the glory that is cookies. Welcome everybody to the XoneBros. We are your positive gaming and Xbox One community. This is podcast number 199.
Tell your other story.
As always,
Yeah, you
I am
never said-
joined
Oh, okay.
by the bros, the X1Bros. First and foremost, his computer
Hello.
had all kinds of issues today. It is Mr. McSpicy, Mark Haywood.
So stressful.
Dude, right before the show, we had to stall
'Cause
for
we're- yeah,
a good
we're-
45 minutes.
We're being featured too, and
Yeah.
so we had to have David go to his house. Why? Like we could. I wonder if after the show, maybe I'll turn the camera around. My whole computer is like taken apart right now. We are running on an open box computer.
Yeah, we were there. I
as
could
we
see
speak.
it. It's right there.
So 5 minutes before the show, my computer pretty much exploded, ground zero,
Yeah.
and we had to slice
Make all
and
kinds
dice.
of things. Let me tell you, it's not easy stalling.
I
No, it
know,
didn't
man.
sound like it was.
No.
I
So what
know.
you're saying is I sounded like crap. That's
Well, actually, I really appreciated that music video you put on. That,
Oh,
that was a good. I stopped working.
I was
We
like-
had to change the
I was
screen
like-
to 18 plus.
Yeah,
I was like, hey, I gotta go watch these hot ladies.
Yeah.
on
you weren't kidding.
Oh, we had to switch that stream
next
title.
he is Jordan the man, Jordan Paskett. Jordan, how you
Hello.
doing this week, this morning,
Good.
today, this evening?
Yep.
Good.
Yep.
Do you now when it snows outside, you got to get on a roof still?
Yep.
Oh, that
Yeah,
sucks.
it does.
Would you rather be in the heat or in the snow?
The heat.
Snow.
Snow for you?
I've been in the heat. I never want to do that ever again.
On a roof though, on a freaking high roof.
Yeah, you can only take so much off. You can always put more on.
But you can slip.
Yeah,
and fall.
but you could die. I mean, roofing. Let's say South Texas roofing in July. There's a reason it doesn't exist.
Bell in chat says, I call raisins grape jerky. I like that.
Grape jerky.
Last but not least, I am X1. We are the XoneBros. Thank you so much, everybody, for stopping by. Mr. McSpicy, what did you have a chance to play this week? Let me ask you this, actually, because this question is probably directed to you because I know you played a lot of this. Dan Noah writes in and asks, did
Yeah.
you guys have a chance to play more Kingdom Come Deliverance? And if so, Do you still like it? He says, I've really enjoyed it so far myself. It may not be as polished as a AAA title, but it's so much fun. Pure medieval RPG. Last week you were really high on this game.
Yeah.
Not as far in as this week. You had a little bit more time to dive in. Does it still maintain the happiness and joy that you experienced last week with it?
Yeah, yes, it does.
Oh, very nice.
And let me explain some things real quick, because I don't want this to. I don't think this works with every game.
Okay.
Okay. He mentions the game is very polished, or no, the game is not very polished as other AAA games. I like a polished game, I really do.
Yeah. But
there is something like, let's take the example of music. Okay. There is something about raw music.
Yeah.
Just in a coffee shop and just live. That's why I liked a lot of the old music versus music today. It's not polished to fabrication, to perfection.
Sure.
You can hear the little, the nuances. It gives
the fingers going up and down the strings.
Yes, you can hear I would call it warmth of the music. That hardly exists anymore.
Sure.
And because it's all done on a it was done on a computer. It's been done on a computer for a long time, but with technology the way it is, it's just so perfect now. It's kind of sad in a way. This game is like that to me. There are plenty of issues, bugs and stuff, but I feel as though it gives the game warmth.
Yeah,
I feel like it makes me laugh occasionally.
Sure.
And and there's things that just like Jordan had that guy, the guy you couldn't beat up, the drunk guy that he tried to beat him up, and then you had to run tail tucked between your legs to go back to your mommy to help heal you up. And then you went to go get the whatever you needed in that game, and then he showed up later.
Yeah, and he said, "Fine, take it." Okay.
And that's pretty awesome to me. Like I really like this game because there are so many stories of. I mean, we're all kind of doing the same kind of missions, but we, like us three, when we're talking about our missions, we've all done it differently, and everything changes when it's different.
Sure.
But I don't know. I really like this game. I think the problems actually kind of make me like it more, which is something weird.
So
because
it's not a AAA game and completely polished and perfect, which in all reality, no game really is. But this game has its quirks.
Yeah.
Maybe a little bit more than it would if it was made by a huge studio. But that actually enhances it in this case. It adds to the charm.
Which is weird to say. Yeah, because I don't want that to be a trend. Bugs suck most of the time.
Yeah.
But these bugs they make me smile.
Yeah.
I'm really immersed in this game.
That's
more so than any other game, just because of how the game is. It's simulation, and there's so much detail everywhere you go, and I learn a lot about the medieval era. It's just I don't know. I still like this game.
So you had an issue last week with lock picking.
Yeah.
Still an issue. Have they updated it? Have they fixed it? Anything been solved for you on that realm?
So the developer, basically the same day the game came out with a tweet and stuff and said, "We're on it. We're going to be fixing lock picking." There was also a lot of outcry for the game never saving, which I actually tend to agree with. In a game like this, I like that it's hard. Sure. I like that it's difficult. I like that it's a simulation. You have to figure out.
You got to think about
what
you want to do before you go do it.
Yeah.
You can't just save it.
Yeah, exactly.
I like that. I do.
The studio came out. I don't know if they've patched it yet. I haven't been on in like 2 or 3 days, so I don't know if it's come out. But they came out with I think a really great compromise, with how they're going to be doing save states. Because a lot of the problems was I need to go take a piss, and I can't, or whatever. I need to go to work or whatever, and I have to finish this 20-minute mission. Yeah. Their compromise was, okay, we're going to add a save and quit feature, so you can leave the game at any time. However, when you load the game back up, that save gets erased.
Oh.
So you can't abuse that
decision
feature.
making.
Yeah, you can't abuse it, which I think is a great compromise.
That is a good compromise. I do like
with
that.
how this game is. So
Mhm.
no, the developer's really good, and I really like the guy. The
Warhorse
guy,
Studios.
Warhorse
Big
Studios.
shout out to those guys.
They're
Yeah, they did a good job.
they're a good developer. Yeah, so I think I need to turn you up, Jordan. You're just go ahead and say stuff.
They're good.
Oh,
Ooh,
there you go.
yeah,
Nice
now
and
it's
sultry.
intimate.
Very nice. Guess what, guys? We've got some big news.
News.
As long as we'll tell you guys, but you got to keep it secret. It's got to stay between us. Just you,
Oh.
and me, McSpicy, Jordan. We're the only guys that can know this. E3 2018.
Mhm.
We are going.
Yay!
We are
Oh,
going.
I'm gonna throw on some.
Do we got some music here?
Yes, yes, we got to do that.
We are so excited to go to E3. We got press passes to E3.
Yep.
We will be there representing the XoneBros because we are the XoneBros. We're a part of.
We'll represent ourselves.
We're representing the community. Gonna get to talk to developers, meet some gamers. Meet some of the developers, play some games. It's gonna be a great time.
Go to
Anyways,
conferences.
stay tuned. Stay tuned. Because in the coming weeks and months, we're going to be announcing, we're going to be definitely doing a meetup at E3 with everybody else who's going to E3. So if you are one of the people who are excited to attend E3, or you were thinking about it and on the fence, well, come and join us at E3. We will do a meetup. So stay tuned for those announcements and those plans. They're upcoming. They're forthcoming. Is that what's the right way to say that?
forthcoming. I like that.
They're
that
coming.
sounds,
Forthcoming.
That sounds like
They are
smart.
coming.
Just a
They are
few
coming
short
forth.
months away.
See, that even sounds smarter than I actually am. So
Oh, yes.
I agree.
Jordan, how about you? What did you get a chance to play this week?
I played one game this week.
Oh, what is that?
It was a Kingdom.
Oh, you play Kingdom. Okay, no,
Yeah, it was
so
really good.
let's ask Jordan this. Now, Jordan, you didn't have a chance to jump into Kingdom Come last week, so you're kind of week behind. What are your thoughts? So we both recommended it. We liked it.
yeah.
What are your thoughts on Kingdom Come Deliverance?
I like it.
You like it?
Yeah, it's really fun.
What? Anything stand out? Anything you don't like?
I like the
Anything that you really
simulator aspect to it, and how you really can do the quest anyway. Because Mark would tell me how he did his quest, and that was completely different how I did my quest.
Yeah,
So
you can do
it really is. Yeah, you can do it anyway. So it's really cool, and it's quite. It's fun. It's a good time.
It's quite fun.
It's quite fun.
Quite fun.
It's lovely.
And there is a initial. I like to give it. I like to give a movie a 20-minute test
Yeah.
if I'm going to like the movie. There is kind of that with this game too. You got to give it a little bit of a. I wouldn't say 20 minutes, but a little bit of a chance, if you will. Because remember, Jordan, when you first started this, you were kind of miffed at it. You were like, "Why is this? Why can't I do this? I don't like this. Why can't I do this?"
I was.
Yeah, you were.
Oh.
I was there with you.
Okay, yeah.
But now
I
that-
really was.
But
Yeah.
now you.
well, because the first 2-3 hours is very linear.
Well,
oh
it's
Yeah.
tutorial
Yeah.
zone. It's tutorial central.
Yeah.
yeah.
But once you get past that and the world opens up, you really can do anything,
Yeah.
and you
So-
can kill anybody.
Someone told me, and I don't
Really
remember.
can.
I don't remember if this was on stream or in Discord. Which, if you want to join us and talk 24 hours a day, 7 days a week about all thing games, come join us over on Discord. It's a good time. I actually think it was on Discord
Yeah.
that this was. No, I think it was in stream. I don't know. It
It's
might
all
have
the
been
same
either.
thing
Ah,
now.
what do you-
Same thing.
Yeah.
Someone. So spoil. This is kind of a spoiler alert. No, it's not. It's not. It's not. This happens in the first 10 minutes of the game.
'Kay.
Someone got thrown in prison right at the very beginning of the game.
Wait, what game are
I
we talking
saw
about?
This, I saw this.
Was this in Discord?
I saw.
This is
I
Discord.
saw a
What-
couple stories like this
What
in
game
Discord.
is this?
Kingdom Come Deliverance.
And this is so funny.
Who gets thrown in?
So
No, so what he did?
he made a choice at the very
Oh,
beginning.
okay.
When you fight a guy right at the very beginning, and something happened, and he went to jail. He got arrested, or did he punch a guard?
No, so
I don't remember.
so he the guy kicked his butt. From what I understand, the guy kicked his butt.
He was
So
mad.
he was mad, and so he went and stole something. Then went to a bar, got drunk. Then I think he might have been out past curfew. I don't know what he did. He just went on this.
the guards
spiel.
went after him though.
The guard, and so they put him in jail
Yeah.
for this because he was just. I don't know if he was pissed, raising havoc. There's a lot of things that happened, and then David, you want to?
And while in jail, the army still comes and invades the town and burns it down, and he burns to death in jail. Game over.
That's hilarious.
That was so fantastic.
It's so cool. That's what this game is like. It's so awesome. We had a community play this last week. We did Forza. No, we didn't. We did
We did
Halo
Halo,
5
yeah.
again. That's right. Halo 5. Jordan, how was Halo 5?
That was
The
also a
community
good
play.
time.
Such
we
a
did
good time.
SWAT. We did. I didn't remember the maps we did. I know we did the Nuketown map.
Nuketown
on
is just so
Forge.
memorable. Oh, the haunted house.
Yeah, that was actually fun. No, the House of Mysteries.
House
or
of
something. Yeah, something
Mystery.
like that was hilarious.
Oh my goodness.
That was, and we had what? Oh, we had a full
we had a
16
full
people,
squad, 16 people.
And wasn't it free for all?
It was free for all
what
in that
was crazy
one.
about it. Yeah, that was
You want to know my
Fun House
strategy?
or something like that. It was called something weird, but yeah.
My strategy on that one, because every door you went through took you back through another door.
Oh,
Into
that
the hallway?
room. Yeah.
The mystery mansion.
Yeah.
So what I did, this is our community play, Halo 5, which is the first and third Saturday of every
Yeah.
month. The next community plays, by the way, Saturday, March 3rd, we're doing Forza Horizon 3. And then Saturday, March 17th, we're doing Battlefield 1 because the new Battlefield maps. Wowzers.
Yeah.
It's in the news.
MBJ's
We'll
all
talk
over
about
the
it.
place. But so in this mystery mansion on the community play, and you'll see it because I have it recorded and it's coming soon to YouTube near you. I just went from one door to the other and I just went straight across every time, and someone would inevitably be there and I'd hit him with a hammer or shoot him or punch him from behind and get a kill.
Well, yeah, when I got the
And just
gravity
keep
hammer,
going.
you just
You were
you
up
just hold
top
down
with
that
the
right.
I got
trigger.
third. I got third.
Yeah.
in the
I
end.
took 15th out of 16 people.
Yeah, you can't go down that main hallway. Everybody was trying to have a fight in the main hallway. Just keep going. You like very rarely die, and someone's always there.
Yeah.
Now, if there was only 5 of us saying that map and there wasn't a full 16, I doubt you could do that because you
Yeah.
actually have to go hunt people down. But what a fun Forge mode in Halo 5! So much fun.
It is. It's a good time.
Loving that game. I played a lot of Monster Hunter this week. Actually, I didn't expect that. I thought I'd
Yeah.
be playing some more Kingdom
I've
Come.
dialed back on that. I don't know why.
Yeah, so I really just wanted to get my monster rank up, or my Monster Hunter rank up, because I really hadn't done the main story. Really, the only way to get your Monster Hunter rank up is to do the main story.
Mhm.
So I did. I had a chance to jump in. I took out both of the Rathians. Is that the Rathalos?
The
big-
Rathalos?
The Rathalos. The two of them. It's the mission where you have to meet the first Wyverians, and you have to take out the 2 dragons in the ancient forest.
Oh, okay.
And the other one. So I did both of those. Creed and Eve helped me with that one. Really cool. I upgraded.
I like that dragon or whatever that thing is. That's
Yeah.
a cool looking one.
Those are cool ones. I also got a sweet mask that was awesome. I made a mistake in that game by going armor spheres and using my armor spheres on my lower equipment. Should not have done that because I just needed to upgrade to the upper equipment. And
Well, you get different tiers of armor spheres.
yeah, thing is, I used all my armor sphere plus is the highest ones that I have so far, and I had a ton of them. I had like 20 of them. I did a bunch of investigations and stuff
Yeah.
and ruined them all. So don't make that mistake. Save your armor spheres, because at first you're like, wait, why should I save my armor spheres? I need to upgrade to fight these monsters. As you defeat those monsters, get that armor instead, and you'll be fine.
Yeah.
So that was a rookie mistake.
It was. I would say the best armor starting off is the ice dragon. The first time I can't remember its name. They all have like weird names.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They do.
The ice dragon armor is your first decent armor because
Okay.
it gives you bonuses you
Bonuses,
want
yeah.
early on.
Oh, very cool. So I
And
did.
it's strong.
I got the mask from. It's like, I forget the name of the monster. It's like a tiger. It's a giant tiger that's red. It's like fire. The fire tiger.
Hmm.
Anyways,
fire
The fire
tiger.
tiger. That's what I named him.
That's like a
Wait,
good call
is that
sign.
the fire tiger? Is that the
you get a mask that's sweet.
Yeah,
it's
that's
red.
the dragon samurai armor, right? Is that what it looks like?
Yeah, it
no,
looks-
no,
yes,
that's
yes.
the bleed guy. Have you met the bleed?
Yeah, that's the
person?
bleed one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, in the swampland.
Yeah, his mask is
Yeah, I have
friggin'
his.
awesome.
I have his full set.
Oh
I
yeah.
spent a
Oh,
couple
that's
hours
sexy.
getting it. Yeah.
Ooh,
Well,
sexy.
like a dragon
Me and
samurai.
Jordan, when we play together, we look like superheroes.
Yeah, yeah, that's right.
I look like a blue Power Ranger with a cape, and Jordan looks like a dragon samurai.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
So our community plays March 3rd and March 17th. Come join us. First and third Saturday of every month. Like we said, the next one is Forza Horizon 3 and then Battlefield 1 on March 17th. It's always a good time. What we do is we put up a LFG in the XoneBros Club on Xbox Live. So make sure you're in the club. All you got to do is express interest and we'll invite you into the party when we get playing. Now, Forza Horizon 3 enables us to have a little bit more people in matches than Halo 5 did. So if you have Forza Horizon 3, come join us. It's going to be a good time. It always is. If you want to support the show, if you want to support Positive Gaming, please head over to patreon.com/positive gaming or xonebros.com/support. For just $1 a month, if everybody donated $1, we could do this full time. We could really take the community that is Positive Gaming, the message that is celebrating games, no matter what games you play or what system you play on, to the whole world. We're growing at a fairly good rate, and it's thanks to you guys and people like you that support us. If you decide to donate to us on Patreon, you get your choice this month of Far Cry 5, Monster Hunter World, or For Honor. All fantastic
good
games.
Yeah.
We do a drawing at the beginning of every month for our Patreon subscribers. Thank you so much, everybody, for supporting the show. And with that, let's get this show on the road. Jordan, tell us what is happening in the world that is Xbox One this week.
A lot of
A
stuff.
lot of stuff.
So, so the March games with gold came out.
Oh yeah, what do we
Let's,
think of the March
start
games
with
with
that.
gold?
So you first of all, you got Trials of the Blood Dragon.
Dude, I was watching gameplay because I was like, Trials of Blood Dragon? What is this, like Far Cry Blood Dragon? It is. It looks awesome. Trials. There's a game that we got to get
Yeah,
into.
Trials was a good one.
We got to get into a Trials.
I've played.
Remember we used to
I have
play that all the
hundreds of
time?
hours into that.
Oh.
Because it was the only thing
I
out.
love that
Yeah,
game.
it was the only thing
Yeah.
out, so we played that. Remember we like had a competition on
Yeah,
the-
we did.
who could jump the furthest. This is going
yeah.
way back. Way back in the
back,
X1
yeah.
archives.
Yeah.
Way back.
I at one point I was top 1,000 on that jump in the world. I doubt it's like that anymore.
Yeah, there's probably...
I spent hours and hours just sitting there, jumping over and over
It was a
and
tough
over.
What is better? Excite Bike or Trials?
Well,
Well,
Trials is a Excite Bike.
Yeah,
really.
Trials is the eventual evolution of Excite Bike.
Yeah.
So I would say
As a result, it's superior.
yeah. I mean, there's not much to Excite Bike anymore. I mean, you just sit there and go neat, 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 neat. But it has its place because without that, we wouldn't have Trials.
Yeah.
That's true.
So,
Yeah.
Can you make your
That
own
guy played Excite Bike.
Can you make your own courses in Trials like you could in Excite Bike?
Yes.
Okay,
you
I
can.
see. I didn't know that.
There's tons of
Customizations and
community.
stuff, yeah.
Community courses.
Yeah, it's awesome,
Dude, what
and
a
they're
game.
fantastic.
Best
Yeah.
side-scrolling racing game of all time. Is there another side-scrolling racing game?
There's
Really?
tons online. Like even before Trials, I used to play these games that were like I don't know flash games. You could just search them.
Yeah.
And you were just you would go forward back. You had the lean.
Oh,
stuff,
yeah.
Quap.
yeah, yeah. Well, Quap is that's the runner.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that was a good one
That's
too.
a
That
tough
one's
one,
that
yeah.
one's hard.
That's a
Did
rough
you ever
one.
beat it?
No. Didn't even really get that far.
I've beaten it.
That's
yeah, I'm
cool.
pretty proud of myself.
Yeah.
That's a
That
hard
is-
game.
I
it
just
is
don't
hard.
like the name Quap.
No, it's QUOP. Yeah, like
Oh,
That's the only key, yeah.
Runner? if
Quap.
anyone out there has not played QUOP, you owe it to yourself to at least try for 5 minutes.
Yeah, it's pretty.
I
it's
think
pretty
I've
fun.
seen is like the physics dongle guy. Right?
Yeah, you have to
Yeah,
like
I've seen that.
each is a limb, and you have to wiggle, run.
Yeah. So we got for Xbox One, we got Trials of the Blood Dragon. You got Super Hot, which is a fun game.
Super Hot's that independent.
Yeah, it's where
game.
time moves only when you move.
Yeah. Very cool.
It's very
concept.
it's really
And
cool.
it's
It's kind of
multiplayer.
like it's there's some puzzly aspects.
This
and
is
it's
one
very
that we're
cool.
going to have to get into. I'm
Yeah.
actually really excited. A lot of people were not so excited for those two games. I'm really excited for both of those games,
Yeah,
actually.
yeah.
Far Cry, let me tell you, the Blood Dragon Trials,
It looks awesome.
it's 80s motorcycle Karate Kid style in Trials.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it is.
Did you do you guys remember when these guys, the creators of Trials, came out and explained Blood Dragon during E3? I believe it was during E3.
Yeah.
This was like 4 years
I don't
ago.
remember, no.
It was
Hilarious. huh?
exactly what you'd expect. It was one of the highlights of my my E3 experience at that year. It's pretty funny.
And then you got your two 360 games. You got Brave, the game, and if you still have your Kinect, then it'll work with that game.
I see. I don't know if I'll jump into Brave. Although I
Ah,
never
yeah,
played a
yeah.
Disney game, so I
Yeah.
mean a Disney.
And then you
yeah,
got
movie game.
Quantum
No,
Conundrum.
you've played Aladdin.
Oh yeah, way back on the Game Gear.
So that's still a
Also,
Disney
Lion
game.
King. Actually, Lion King was the bomb
on the Game Gear.
Yeah,
Yeah, that was like the only game that I ever played on the Game Gear.
I played that Sonic. I think I played Sonic.
Oh, yeah,
on
I
the
did
Game
play
Gear.
Sonic,
But yeah,
too.
Lion King. Game Gear was a great system.
It really was.
Okay, what's the best Disney game?
The best Disney.
Best Disney.
Does this include
'Kay.
Star Wars?
No, wait.
or
wait.
Well,
Marvel?
I would
Kingdom
say-
Hearts doesn't count.
Yeah, well,
you
that's,
can't say
that's,
Kingdom Hearts.
I'd say that one.
Like
That's
I mean,
that's like
straight
the
up
Disney game.
straight up Disney, because that's Disney Final Fantasy. And let's
Uh-huh.
be honest, Disney's kind of living off of Final Fantasy's
But-
gaming.
but that's
Yeah,
like
they really are.
when you have a game with Daffy Duck, or I mean Goofy and all those characters. How
Yeah.
can you say that's not Disney?
because it's Squarespace.
Square Enix.
Squarespace.
So
Squarespace. This show brought to you by Squarespace.
So what? It's still a game that's like I don't
Disney
know of any
produces
more
it. Yeah.
Disney game you can get than that.
Lion King, Toy Story. Aladdin, Peter
All
Pan.
But
in
all of those are in
Kingdom Hearts.
Yo, no, it's Final Fantasy. Final Fantasy makes that game.
It is.
So basically, you went like,
you
you went like this. I want you to say the best game ever without, you can't say the number one game.
No, Kingdom Hearts does not count as a pure Disney game because it's Square Enix Final Fantasy that ultimately makes that game.
That is
That's the
such
level
a
that it
stupid
is.
rule to this.
Okay, if you
question.
take out, let me ask you this: if you take out Jordan,
Yeah.
if you take out the Final Fantasy aspect of Kingdom Hearts, is it as good of a game as it is?
Well, no, because the Final Fantasy aspect is the intense story.
You cannot
part.
you cannot separate. It's like saying,
That's
well, I
like
like
saying if you take out the plot of a movie, was that movie gonna be good?
yeah, that's what I but that's what I'm saying. It's not
That's
pure
the
it's,
heart of it.
but it's not pure Disney. Like I'm talking pure Disney game, best pure Disney game out there.
My brain can't wrap my head around what you're saying.
So Toy Story was really good on the Super Nintendo. Did you guys ever play Toy Story?
I could never understand what to do in that game.
That game was really fun.
Yeah, I remember playing it, but I had no idea. I had no idea what to do.
And at the time, it was like kind of claymation. It was really good graphics.
Yeah.
On the Super Nintendo. I remember just thinking, "Whoa."
Yeah, that was a game
Whoa.
with no plot for me because I couldn't figure out what the point was, and I was a kid.
This
And
is
I
Toy
still-
Story.
For
fly,
me,
you know,
for me,
toys.
my two favorite games are that I played the most. That was pure Disney. I would say is Lion King on the Game Gear.
Uh-huh.
That was solid.
That was a good
solid game right there.
That's
But-
a hard game.
Peter Pan, OG Nintendo, so much fun because you could fly in that game. You went around, and it was
remember
Hook. It
playing
was
that.
Hook's Peter Pan. So it was
What was
Hook.
the newspaper game?
Paperboy.
Paperboy.
Yeah, I know
Or
that's not a
Paperboy
Disney
2?
game, but that was a game.
I don't know. Failed out.
Now that was a
Well,
game.
no, I just we're talking about. I just
No,
that was
Peter.
a
I
game.
say Peter Pan. I say Peter Pan, OG Nintendo, because it was Hook's Peter Pan, and you could fly around. It was
Yeah.
it was a good time.
Yeah.
Graphic Killer's saying, "How are we not talking about Aladdin?" That's because it's not my turn yet. Back to
Okay,
you, David.
those are mine. Those are mine. Mr. McSpicy, what is
Aladdin.
your
That is the first Super Nintendo game I think I ever beat.
Why?
I beat Jafar, and that was hard. That took like 3 weekends.
I beat Jafar in Kingdom Hearts.
You beat Jafar in Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah. He wasn't that hard.
Well, he was hard in Aladdin.
So you think Aladdin best Disney game, pure Disney game that you've played?
I would say so.
Does
yeah.
DuckTales count as a Disney game?
But see, DuckTales, yes, it does, but that's Disney, right?
yeah, I think that's Disney. Yeah.
That's original NES. That I mean, like the Moon Level. I swear that's one of my favorite songs ever on the Nintendo. I like that game. It was just really hard, and I never beat it.
Yeah.
It was. I mean, it's your typical NES game that they never play tested because it's too hard. So I don't know. I think Aladdin was hard enough for my time at my age.
Ain't good.
And and I beat Jafar. And what bugged me is the graphics were better on the Sega, and I had a Super Nintendo.
Oh yeah.
And they had I think that was one. I can't remember what it was, but there was something that made the Sega version better. And that's like the first exclusive deal that I can remember.
was that.
I don't even know if it was an exclusive deal. I just remember my friend had it on the Sega, and I was pissed because he could do something. That
So
I
was the Sega? Did the Sega have more horsepower, the Sega Genesis, than the Super Nintendo? Do
that's
we
what. Yeah, I think so. Because I remember the commercials, and they would show Mario Kart, and it would be like, ding, 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 and then they'd show Sonic running fast,
it's so.
and it was like, whoa! And all the kids are like, their minds are exploding. I can't believe how fast Sega is. I remember that commercial, and that was always like. But I'll be honest, the Super Nintendo to this day is my favorite system ever.
Yeah.
I love those games.
Jordan, how about you? Pure Disney game, favorite pure Disney game of all time.
I honestly don't know.
Not played enough, huh?
Yeah,
Did you
not
ever
played
play
enough.
Chip and Dale?
Fantasia?
They
No.
mentioned Chip
Would you
and
be-
Dale in
Would you
chat.
be Fantasia?
Oh, the Connect. That was a lot of fun.
That was a lot of
That was
fun.
a good time.
Connect
It was so
Fantasia.
Yeah.
unique. It's so
Merlin.
unique.
Was it Merlin that you met? Yeah,
Yeah.
Merlin in his little thing.
His little coat.
Looks
his
like it
little
didn't have a lot of plot.
His little You know, that little space thing that you're in, like looking at the different planets.
The Marlin and the
Telescope.
thing.
Chippendales
space.
got mentions. Aladdin got mentions in chat. All great games. This came up. Sorry, we completely derailed this conversation because Brave is coming.
Yeah.
I wonder if Brave is any good. I watched some. They showed some gameplay when they were showing off. Like Major Nelson does his thing. He's like, "These games are coming out," and it showed Brave, and she's like swinging down a rope with her bow and arrow. Well, I guess it was just her bow. She puts over the rope and slides down.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Looks good. I dig
Yeah.
her hair. Let me tell you.
Her hair's cool.
it's cool.
Her
Pixar.
hair is cool.
Wish I
That
had-
is definitely Pixar hair.
That's Pixar hair to the T.
Their hair tech.
Hair tech.
So
One guy did that.
yeah, so Trials of the Blood Dragon, Super Hot, Brave, and Quantum Conundrum for March. Games with Gold, and then Smite
Ooh, Smite, baby.
has cut a deal with Mixer. All Smite Pro League, the SPL,
Yep. Exclusive.
or Smite Console Series, the SCS, exclusively.
the SES.
Yeah.
not the pack you've heard of
Exclusively is now exclusively on Mixer. So if you want to view the Smite tournaments, whether console, computer, wherever you want, exclusively on Mixer
Exclusively
now.
on Mixer. I
Big
think
deal.
I think this
Big
is
deal.
great for Mixer. I think it's a good move by them. Mixer is really getting aggressive. It's really coming up. I've noticed big bumps in their audience numbers lately in their games. I mean, and when you say big bumps, it's relative to what Mixer has had in the past. You can't compare it to Twitch because Twitch is just ginormous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's definitely growing. I think it's headed in the right direction, and I think stuff like this is huge and good. You really got to nail down the esports scene because
Yeah.
that's who
And Smite's
watches
a
this.
pretty fun game. I kind of after I saw this, I kind of wanted to download it,
Yeah.
play it. Also, the card game I think is out of beta on the preview program and is fully available for
on the
those-
Xbox One.
Uh-huh.
Oh,
and I actually
man.
want to play that card game because it's like 3D.
Yeah.
Very cool. But Smite Pro League starts March 20th. Smite Console Series starts March 5th, and you can watch those all on Mixer.
Do you think Smite is never mind. It's a dumb question. I was going to
Okay.
ask if it's as difficult as a Dota. I think it is.
Well, it's different, third person. You know,
I mean, it's just as in
different
depth.
laning,
Remember
yeah.
when you first
Yeah, the
log in and
gear
you
and
jump
stuff,
into all
yeah.
that gear, you're like, oh my goodness, what do I do?
Yeah,
Anyways, moving on.
it's tough. YS
I
Origin
love
teaser
this.
trailer.
Oh, my
Yeah, very
goodness.
cool. Coming to X for the first time.
Yes.
Coming to Xbox
So-
One in spring
Ah.
of this year, 2018.
So
spring
anybody
2018.
that doesn't know this game, go look it up. Go watch the trailer. I'm so excited for games like this coming to the Xbox. This is honestly, if they keep continuing to get more games like this, you give me no reason to go to any other console.
Yeah,
Like
Yeah.
all of my games, all my style of games, like YS Origin on the Xbox One, fantastic Japanese style games. I like that Xbox
looks like
is
a good
getting
time.
aggressive. I'm excited. Ready for this? I'd like to make a prediction right here.
Okay.
Prediction time. Do we have a sound for prediction time? Like something maybe eerie?
Something eerie?
Something eerie? Something
okay,
mystic?
okay.
Give me some
Or
mystic
like-
sound for prediction time.
Okay, here you go. You'll
Here
like
we
this.
My prediction
That was a little too happy. Sorry. I'll do
is that
something.
one of the major exclusives announced at E3 at the Microsoft conference
Mhm.
will be a Japanese game.
Scalebound maybe. Like they just bring it back.
They just bring it back.
Just bring-
Guess what? We were just kidding.
The release is today.
No, I don't think they bring back Scalebound, but I bet it's a Japanese-centric, Japanese-style game. I think Sony owns that market. Nintendo owns that market. Xbox has never really had very much a very big foothold in there, and I think that's where they go. Not to go after the Japanese market or the Asian market necessarily, but to go after the American market niche that loves those games,
Yep.
like
That'd be a
Jordan,
good time.
like myself.
It's a good time.
The Sword Art Online market, which have you seen the Sword Art Online?
The newest trailer?
its
I saw you
release.
played it. Yeah. When does it come out?
Oh, It's out.
What?
It is out, dude.
I am actually not. I'm buying it right now.
Buy it right now, baby. Boom. I'm so
Wow,
excited to play.
I
It looks
know
it looks really
it's
good. So let me ask you this: with the Sword Art Online, this is Sword Art Online Fatal Bullet.
Well, look.
Wait,
oh,
is it
that's
out right
different.
now, or is it coming out this week? I
Oh,
think
don't-
it's out. I'm
don't-
pretty sure it's out.
While you're looking at
Do
that,
that to
before
me.
you, I want to go on a tangent. Real
Yeah,
quick.
Go on your
tangent away.
I looked it up. The difference between the SNES Aladdin and the Genesis Aladdin.
Sure.
In the
It's
Genesis,
distinct. Is it distinct?
oh
difference?
yeah, oh
Whoa.
yeah. In the Super Nintendo, you threw apples as your weapon. In the Genesis version, you had a sword. That's a pretty big difference.
Yeah.
It's
Apples versus sword.
And so I would always, when I was playing that game, I had to throw apples, but then my friend had the sword, and I was That was the first like exclusive console war thing that I had to experience.
I throw apples at this guy. You can
And you
chop
have
him
a
up.
freaking sword?
Oh,
It's out. It's out today. Just came out today. Dropped today.
And
What?
it's Xbox One X enhanced.
Oh, so good. Sword Art Online, Fatal Bullet looks so
Boy.
good. The reviews are pretty decent.
Bye.
PMH says, "I wish I had a brother like Jordan." Yes, you do. Everybody should.
We
'cause
all do.
all you got to say is, "Hey, Jordan, this game came out. I'm buying it." Boom, and there we go.
Jordan, you guys have no idea the amount of respect I have for this guy.
Is it multiplayer?
I
When
don't know.
before
Does it
the
matter?
show, before the show,
Why do I
when
have
my
to verify
computer
my
when
identity?
my computer blew up and we had to take it all apart, and because David was like, Jordan, you want to come with me to my house? And Jordan's like, I think I'm gonna stay here and help Mark.
Sure.
So I'm crouched under and pulling all the parts out of my computer, out of my PC. Jordan leans over and whispers gently into my ear. He goes, "I'll be honest. I really just wanted to stay because I have such a good time with you building computers."
Nice.
He said some of the most
Some of the most
memorable times
Made
of my
you feel
life.
better, huh?
Yeah.
Jordan has that way about him.
He makes
Difficult
me-
moment. You want to curse and swear and throw your computer through a window. There's Jordan to save you.
that just brightens my day.
Brightens it right up.
Yeah.
Brightens it right up.
Oh man.
Jordan, are you really buying Sword Art Online right
Yeah,
now?
and if it's multiplayer, then
Why don't you just have it sent to your phone? It's so much
my
easier.
phone died.
Oh, well, there
It's
you go.
dead in
That's
my pocket.
That is a valid reason.
It's
Right
dead in my pocket.
I have a song for Jordan's phone dying.
Amazing Grace.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
On the recorder.
On the recorder,
I
yes.
tell you, I was a mean recorder player in my time.
Yeah?
Yeah, but 7th grade. You want to know what's funny? I found a belt loop one time in 7th grade.
Let me
Speaking of
turn this
7th
down.
grade,
Yeah.
I found a belt buckle.
Yeah.
And you remember those old belt buckles where it was rope? It's not like rope. It's like a material, your belt, and you wrap it around. You put it through the belt buckle and slam it shut. Remember those? And
Yeah.
You could switch out the belt buckles. So they were really popular. California, growing up, Southern
Yeah.
California. The belt buckle that I found was just laying on the ground. It was a giant symbol of weed. It was weed. I was like, oh man,
That's-
this is awesome. You're a stupid kid. Yeah, this is so cool. You put it on. I put it on. Well, it was right in front of the principal's office. Don't know why I did it. I think I was set up actually. It was hemp, right? Yeah. So then I put it on. I'm like, guys, check it out. And everybody's like, oh man, that's so cool. We're just stupid kids. We don't know. What the freak? Anyways, the principal comes out. Mr. Paskett. Yeah.
Yeah, what do you
Oh,
want?
and at my school, you had to have your shirt tucked in. Like that was.
okay. That was a
that
thing.
was the dress
yeah,
code.
okay. Yeah.
You're sitting there like, what do you
Let
want
me put it
there?
this way. You want to know why you had your shirt you're tucked in? So they could see if you were carrying a gun. That's California for you, baby.
Yeah.
Anyways, so
You're
uh,
packing heat.
Mr. Paskett. And I'm just like looks like I'm covering my crotch. Like, when you're standing in the line on soccer and they're about to kick the ball at you. But I'm just covering my belt loop. Come here. And he sits me down and lectures me. Do you know what that is? Do you know what marijuana is? I get sent to the principal's office and he lectures me for like an hour. I got to miss class and then he just takes the belt buckle away from me. Okay, I just missed class. Great, thanks. And I just went on with my day. But anyways,
You were
good
set
time.
up.
Good time, yeah.
Yeah, that's funny.
It was totally set up. It was like when they put the cars out there on the street to catch bad guys, thieves, to steal the car.
A sting.
That's what that was. That was
sting.
A sting operation.
That's what
Yeah.
that was with the
I'm
belt
sure
buckle.
they had a whole van just right
They just
down the
put it-
street.
Camera right on the belt loop. Who's gonna pick up?
Everything was wired.
Who's gonna pick up? This is a drug-free zone. Who's gonna pick up this drug belt loop, belt buckle, and celebrate drugs here on campus? Some stupid kid will. It was me. I was the dumb one. Jordan, did you just purchase?
Oh
Yes.
yeah, I was thinking about getting it for Mark because it's
Oh.
8 players,
Oh, it's 8 players.
but I don't know your email address.
Oh.
Okay, later. We got to
yeah.
continue with the news, man. We
Yeah, what are we doing here?
we can do this later.
Wait, I might get a free game. I'm going to send him my email address right
Send him
now.
your email address.
Assassin's Creed.
I can't even text it to him. His phone's dead.
It came out. It came out with their New Game Plus and Discovery Tour, so you can now learn about ancient Egypt.
What is New Game Plus?
It's New Game Plus.
Okay.
New Game Plus is when
It's
you beat the game.
You beat the game, you start over, but you keep all your gear, and it's just difficult.
It's-
Everything's
it's-
harder.
Yeah, I think one of the first games I played New Game Plus was like one of the original Dark Souls.
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't
That's
know.
they're famous for that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So New Game Plus is out. So you keep all your gear. You start a new game. It's harder, more difficult. You get better gear. You keep your level and all that stuff, right?
Yeah.
The only things that reset in New Game Plus are just a few things like Senu's abilities because you got to rediscover everything. But
Okay.
yeah, and then the Discovery Tour mode is out, which you can discover.
This is like the education mode.
Yeah, you can discover
Go through Egypt.
ancient Egypt.
Yeah,
and,
I used to find
learn all
Egypt.
about
Egypt was like one of my favorite things
Dude,
to study in history. The
stuff.
pyramids.
I honestly don't know if you guys. Oh, sorry.
Sorry.
Did
I
you
was
want to
just- I
tell
was
us how
just- I
smart
was
you were?
just-
Yeah,
Sorry,
just
I
like
was-
pyramids.
Oh, that makes
it.
sense. I don't know if you guys have seen this trailer,
The Soul Calibur 6.
Oh, I like that
I've
art.
Not.
but you should watch this trailer if you haven't seen
Blows your mind, huh?
it. It blows. Yes.
It blows.
No, it doesn't blow. It's. I don't know how to respond to that
It's
question.
just they're really
because-
good.
because of what's in the
That's
trailer.
Mega Maid. She's
It's-
gone from suck to blow.
So when does this game come out?
It comes out. When does it come out? It comes out this year.
Unreal Engine. I like that.
Yeah, the Unreal Engine 4. Yeah, just take a first couple seconds at this trailer and you'll see how awesome it is.
A
It's very
Tale
Japanese.
of
Well, I mean,
Souls.
it's intense. So they announced 2 new characters.
Whoa.
Yeah,
Oh my
that's
goodness! They
them.
show Ivy,
Yeah, Ivy is one of them.
and the boob physics are on point.
And every other. Yeah, it's crazy.
Dude, look at that fighting though. That is
Yeah,
sweet.
it's good stuff. It's good stuff.
Fighting games are so cool. I am not very good at fighting games, but
they're
I
fun.
appreciate fighting games,
Oh yeah.
especially
They're
when
very
done
technical.
when done
Yeah.
well.
Takes a
So
lot of practice.
yeah,
Yeah.
Soul Calibur 6 released trailers for Ivy, and the other one is Zan Ishmael.
Okay.
Zan Ismail. I don't know. I the only Soul Calibur I played was the one with Link and with Yoda, which I
Okay.
think were actually the same one.
Yeah. I've never played a Soul Calibur in my life.
Yeah, Soul Calibur's cool.
I-
Soul Calibur's cool because every on each console, like Nintendo Soul Calibur would have Link, or
Yeah, they do
would
like
have, yeah,
special
this-
Or
yeah,
one would
that's kinda-
throw apples and one would have
yeah,
a sword.
something like that. So, but yeah, Soul Calibur has 2 new characters that they announced. Very cool. Be sure to check it out. Soul Calibur coming.
Reactor. That's funny. Yeah, keep going, Jordan.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Anyway, also Fortnite has a new update, so season 3
Yes.
is coming. Building has been improved. We also have. I think you can customize your own backpack now.
Very cool.
Yeah. 'Cause that-
Fortnite blows.
I'd rather them customize the character itself. The one thing I don't like about Fortnite is how it randomly picks a character for you. In
Yeah,
Battle
you don't
Royale.
get like
Why
with
can't I just make my own guy?
with PUBG, you get to kind of decorate your own dude.
yeah, I
and
mean
make
it's
him
not
look
it's
really
not
cool.
anything extensive, but
No.
at least it's there.
Yeah, you like the option, the freedom.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I like freedom.
Fortnite.
I don't
robs you
like
of
people that don't give me freedom. They give me fake freedom, backpack freedom.
freaking socialist Fortnite.
Yeah, that's fake freedom.
It's fake freedom.
No, it is actually cool. You can, I believe, you can it comes out with improvements both to Battle Royale and the Save the World mode. But I do believe when I was reading it, you can customize your backpack now, which was pretty fun. But I really would like to customize my character. I feel
Well-
like that's a legit criticism. I like to customize my own character
Yeah.
yeah.
Some of the backpacks are pretty cool though.
yeah.
I've-
okay.
I've seen like who's the guy
So
that,
they're the legit backpacks, is what
who's
you're
the
telling me.
who's the guy that plays Neo in the Matrix? Keanu Reeves.
Keanu
right?
Reeves.
What was
Does
that
he play
awesome?
Fortnite?
No, let me tell you. Let me
he
tell you
plays
something
Fortnite.
amazing. So who's? I'm sorry, my brain is broken. So I'm like playing 20 questions.
Yeah.
The movie where they kill his dog and he goes.
John Wick.
Yeah, they have a John Wick character now.
Really?
In this?
That's pretty. See,
You
and I
can
would
play
like.
as
Why
John
not?
Wick.
Why can't I play as that guy all the time? That's my criticism.
No, but that's why they want you to spend money and buy stuff and get stuff and
Oh, I
unlock stuff
see.
to play the game. If they just gave it to you, then
Well, no, but give you the character creator.
Oh no, I don't.
Can you permanently pick a character then? If you could permanently, I haven't played in a while, but last time I played,
No, yeah, you can like.
you couldn't permanently pick. It would
Okay,
randomly pick a
so-
character for you every time.
I only know this from watching streams.
Okay,
But I saw a group of people playing as John Wick.
all of them.
Yes,
That's pretty cool.
and
See, that's a little bit better.
and they were the last 10 in the game, and then they turned on the John Wick theme song, and then it got real intense.
That's actually pretty cool.
And they all had wings, like angel wings. It was the coolest outfit skin I've ever seen. Imagine playing Fortnite as John Wick.
I'm
That-
imagining it right now.
It changes.
I'm just imagining playing Fortnite as Keanu Reeves. You know, a lot of people
Well,
don't
John
like
Wick-
him.
No.
I have no problem with it.
Who
I think
doesn't like him? I think
oh,
he's
everybody,
like
yeah.
everybody does.
A lot of people are like, I can't do
Who,
anything.
Keanu Reeves?
Yeah.
I think
I'm not on the side of don't liking him. I'm on the side of meh.
I think
I like
okay. You got to learn about him. He's cool.
I
I'm
don't-
sure he's
I
a
don't-
cool dude. I mean, he has a rock band. How can you not be cool? A legit rock band too.
Dude, that guy,
Dude,
guy's legit.
I just
Look
like
up
I just like him.
Just look up stuff about him. That guy's a cool guy.
Just look up stuff
Everybody
about him.
says like he can't act. I don't have a problem with
No,
that.
they said that before John Wick came out. Then they're like, "Oh, that guy's pretty cool."
Well, he doesn't
I
really
actually
say
have
much
never-
in John Wick.
Well, that you don't need to.
I've
I
actually
never saw
seen
John Wick 2.
That'll change your life. Go
Okay,
watch that
I'll
tonight.
go watch John Wick before Passing Judgment, which I've already passed.
Haven't you
on
seen
him.
Speed? It's one of my favorite movies.
It doesn't act in Speed.
He
Sandra Bullock
jumps
acts
the
in
15
Speed.
freeway.
Okay,
in
jumping
Speed.
is not acting, and I don't even think that was him jumping.
Well, he went over it
He
at
takes a
55
bus.
miles per hour.
Yeah, in a bus with Sandra Bullock. And you know why Speed 2 sucked?
Yeah.
Because Keanu Reeves wasn't in it.
I agree. I agree 100%. And boats can only go like 30 miles per hour.
Just jump off the side. I mean, you're not. Yeah. It was a big boat too. It was...
How did Keanu Reeves come up, by the way?
There's a Keanu Reeves character model in. Well, there's a John Wick.
There's a
character
John Wick
model
character model
in Fortnite.
In Fortnite.
Oh, very cool.
Which we did actually learn that you can pick the character. You just can't customize the character like face and look.
And that's only us discussing it, talking it through. We really don't know anything
hashtag,
about it.
hashtag
Because
ignorance.
last time I played, it would when you jumped in a map, it would randomly pick a character for you. You know what I mean, like a preset character. So
John Wick says everything with his guns.
You have to watch that movie, man.
it is. It's kind of like a dark version of Jack Reacher.
Okay, I like
No.
Jack Reacher a lot.
Okay. You know how good Pacific Rim was, right? It was terrible, but it touched all the right buttons.
Sure.
You know, and it just made you happy as a man.
I've actually never seen it.
You've never seen
Can
Pacific Rim?
I tell you
Yeah.
the plot of John Wick? Just
Yeah.
because it's hilarious.
Okay, tell me the plot.
The plot is he's a bad A
Okay.
that retired and just lived a quiet life in this
Sure.
quiet
Like an
town.
assassin dude.
Yeah,
Okay.
and just really enjoyed his life. And then someone broke into his house and robbed his stuff. He
No,
didn't care about that.
They
Okay.
took his
Yeah,
car.
yeah,
his
they
car.
took
They stole
everything.
his car.
He didn't care anything about that. They killed his dog,
And that's what pisses him off.
and he
goes the rest
went
of the
and
show.
took out like the entire mob because they
Like,
killed his dog.
kill
It was like
counts
the
like in
only
the
peaceful
thousands.
thing. Yeah, he like the only peaceful thing he had in life. You know, it's just
It's so fantastic,
It was
David. You'll
hilarious.
just
And then he
watch
just
this.
goes-
Yeah, I know what I'm doing this weekend.
our dad likes
Go
it.
lift
Yeah.
weights
John
and then
Wick.
watch
Yeah,
it.
John Wick.
John Wick.
There's a
There we
second
go.
one
And
that I
then lift
haven't
weights
seen.
again.
Wow.
Yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty good.
Destiny 2.
Freaky. Pacific Rim is awesome. It was like bad in such the right way. Okay,
Yeah.
because he said Pacific Rim is
It is.
it's awesome. I love
That's
that.
what I've heard.
movie.
It's like the Ultimate Man show.
Yeah, well,
It is.
not anymore. John Wick came out. That'll change your life. Like the phone, the phone call he has
Yeah.
with the mob boss. That's like one of my favorites. He's like, he killed my dog. And the guy's like, oh,
One
and
of
it's
the guy,
he totally
the-
understands.
The mob boss son is like the one that killed his dog, and he was like, "Son, he's gonna come and kill you." Like there was nothing he didn't. He was like, "I can't do anything. You killed his dog." Like, it
He's
was-
like, I'm not
and
gonna do
everybody
anything.
was
You
so
killed his
serious. Like it was
dog.
like, "You killed his dog. Why would you do that?" Like, it was-
It is so fantastic. Oh my
So
god.
can you imagine like the movie executives meeting around table say, "Hey, okay, I've got an idea for a movie."
Yeah.
Let's
Okay,
get
this
Neo.
guy, he's a retired assassin.
It's not like
People-
his wife
people
or
are
his family. You
People
know
are like,
what I mean?
okay, I'm into this. Retired assassin, he's living a quiet life. Okay.
It's
He gets
totally-
robbed, and you're like, oh man, what do they take? Take something really special from him?
They take his
He
money.
doesn't,
his
he doesn't
car.
care about any of that. They rob him
He's not a
blind.
possessions man.
Rob him blind. He has nothing.
You watch this. It's so fantastic.
He has a Yorkie,
It's a cute puppy.
and they kill his Yorkie. And he flips, and then he seeks vengeance on the mob.
But no, you're right.
The movie execs are like, "Do it."
But Mark's right. I forgot about that. The
Oh,
mob boss.
Yeah. I think
he tells his son. He says, "The son, there's nothing I can do for you. You got to go into hiding. You killed his dog."
You killed his dog.
Like,
you
and everybody in the room was like, "You killed his dog?" Like they were so serious.
It's so great. No, and like, yeah. Oh man. And even like every kill is one bullet. Like he doesn't. The kill count goes in like the thousands. Like, it's the greatest movie you'll ever
And you
see.
don't care that he doesn't reload. Like you know that you're like, "Oh yeah, they shot 19 times and never."
No, I actually. They said that It's accurate. How
Oh,
many
really?
times he reloads and shoots.
Oh, okay. I didn't even care.
They care about the details in this movie.
It was a good one. It was a good one.
Oh man, I can't wait to be a billionaire, and I'm just gonna make movies like that. You know.
So good.
And hire Keanu Reeves
Yeah.
to get in there.
You will love Keanu Reeves after this movie.
Next movie, John Wick 3.
Yeah, there is a John Wick 2. I haven't seen John Wick 2.
I haven't either.
Someone,
But if it's-
someone chops down his rose bush. And he freaks, man. The ultimate vengeance.
That's a good time. Anyway, what else is a good
What are we
time
talking about?
is Destiny is a good time. Destiny just had an update that came out, but unfortunately, this update was not feature rich as they hoped it to be. So a lot of the big features they pushed back. Most notably, they pushed back the feature reducing duplicate exotic drops, unique rewards for Nightfall strikes, and viewing vendors in the companion app.
Okay.
So you won't be seeing those features in the latest patch, but they are upcoming next. I think it was just they basically just came out and just said, "Hey, we just needed we needed more time to iron it out." So,
Okay.
So that's what they're doing. Call of Duty World War II, big game here, big game. I always think about buying it.
Yeah.
It came out with its update. Changes
The
to
Resistance.
Yes, that's right. Yeah, that was the
Called The
last
Resistance.
update. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is the patch to that
The Resistance.
patch.
Very good.
Yeah.
That's
That
correct.
was
That's
good.
what it's called.
That was really good.
That's a good game. I think this.
No, it really is.
I think this has reset Call of Duty, so to speak, for a lot of people.
Yeah, yeah.
I've not played it myself,
It's
but
no
I just
apocalypse.
I just know the
I'm
general.
going to just come out and say that right now.
No apocalypse.
It's no apocalypse.
Okay.
It's no Battlefield 1 apocalypse. But it's
No.
good.
Oh my goodness. If you have not
Which we're gonna
watched the
talk about.
Battlefield 1 Apocalypse trailer, go watch now. There's a scene where all you're doing in the scene, in the trailer, it's a gameplay trailer. All you're doing in this scene is running across the field towards someone with a bayonet. And
And
it
you're
blows
just
my
like,
mind.
yes.
It looks so good. Watch that trailer 3 times before
really
the
good.
show.
I haven't seen it yet.
Each time it blew my mind.
The most
It's out
notable,
now.
Yeah, it's well for premium members.
And some people in our Discord, again, if you want to experience Discord, come and join us, XoneBros.com/Discord, or just go to XoneBros.com, hit the Discord button. It's chat, 24-hour chat on your phone, on all your devices. But in Discord, people were posting, I think Bungalow Bob was posting it. I think Kabowski was posting as well. Just screenshots of them playing the new map.
It's amazing.
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 We
The
in the Call
environment
of,
looks so good. That Frostbite engine.
it's
on
a good
point.
engine.
So good.
In the World War II update, the Call of Duty World War II, the most noticeable change, well, I mean, the change that I like is they
Yes.
how do I explain this? So okay, so there's two sniper rifles, the KR98K and the M1903.
Okay.
They
balance
nerfed
them?
they call it the ADS transition times, which is aim down sight.
Sure.
So when you pull up the gun,
The amount of
Right.
time it takes to
when
go-
you hit left trigger to pull up the gun.
Sure.
So they reduced that, or they nerfed it, and that was to eliminate quick scoping.
Oh.
So they nerfed it to eliminate quick scoping.
Oh, hey, I might get this game.
So
now.
and
I
then
might
a lot of
play
it is just that's the most noticeable one that I think people will take, but they did nerf and buff and stuff. They just basically a lot of weapon changes. So Metal Gear Survive, it's out now, but check this out. If you want to create an additional character, you have to essentially pay $10 because what you do is you have one save file when you start the game, or one character. If you want to add a additional character slot without deleting that previous character, you have to spend 1,000 survival coins, and you can buy 1,150 survival coins for $9.99. So now I've never played this game. You probably
So
can't. You probably
it's-
can't earn that in game as well. But if you just want to quickly create a new character, then
So
you
I
pay
hear
$10
good
for
things
it.
about it.
I've heard good things too. This is actually the only negative thing I've heard. But like I said, I never played this. I'm pretty sure you can probably get those survival coins in game and buy
Yeah.
it that way as well. But that's just the headlines.
This is a game that I want to check out. It's just time at this point. So many good games out. So many interesting things
Sword Art
happening.
Online.
So much time. Sword Art Online is
So-
a prime example. This Metal Gear Survive. Looks like
a good time.
It really does.
Paladins. They removed the controversial loot box system.
Oh,
So
I didn't know that they had a controversial.
Well, I guess they
loot box
had
system.
a update that came out a while ago, and they basically came out and said, "Hey, we heard you loud and clear. We know it's angered a lot of our core fans. We are taking it out." So the update that they came out with these loot boxes, I think they're slowly starting to roll it back. or-
Loot boxes are not going to
Yeah.
be a thing in the future. I think that we've.
Well,
had-
it
I mean,
just depends on
well,
how you-
okay,
you
let
know,
me
you-
let me reframe that. They're not going to be a thing in the way that a Star Wars Battlefront did it for a hot second.
Yeah.
Because of there's too much transparency, there's too much power through gamers via social media for a developer to get away with it. You've got to do it right. What was the other? We've already seen this happen with free to play, with microtransactions. Microtransactions went through that initial phase where some developers did it right, some developers did it wrong, and over time we got weeded out, and now pretty much everyone does it almost fairly decently, where it's just cosmetics, it's optional. You're not forced to buy them so much. I mean, there are a few games that don't, but when they don't do it, they really try to hide it. But we went through that phase with that. I think loot boxes went through the loot box systems are going through that similar phase right now. And eventually we'll get to a point where everybody does it right if they do have loot boxes.
Well, I think, and I mean, I have my own opinions on loot boxes, but I think for the general public to not go in uproar, I think the only way you can do loot boxes is just cosmetic stuff. I mean, really.
You can't. Yeah, I mean, it's the same concept as microtransactions. Really, what they did was they tried to. This is another way of doing microtransactions through a loot box system, and they've just got to tweak it.
Forza Motorsport 7 February update has come. It does two things. It gives you grid control, which before the start of each race, you can decide who's
where
who
you're
in the
at,
zoo.
especially multiplayer.
You can move them on the grid. So I can put myself up front
and the big
every
one,
single time.
My
The big
favorite
one, big one for public and private matches online.
I'm so
You
excited
can
for this.
now spectate.
Spectate mode, baby.
Spectate mode is back.
Hey,
So excited.
They claim, and I'm sure it's true because they're a good studio, but they say they've improved it so the cars don't like jerk and jitter as much. It's more of one smooth experience when spectating.
And you can control the camera in spectate mode.
Very cool.
Basically, you could create a production in
You can.
spectate mode while watching your friends play, or even top guys in the world. So if you're on, go to leaderboards, watch a top guy, public match, spectate that mofo.
That's good stuff.
Good stuff.
neat, man.
My favorite story of the week, which
Of course,
we've already talked about
about
twice.
multiple times.
But Battlefield 1 Apocalypse is out for premium members only. So me and any other premium member out there.
Yeah. You get it, what, 2 weeks early or a week early? It's a
2
couple
weeks early.
Yeah.
So it'll come out for everyone to purchase and or buy or whatever you want to do in 2 weeks. But it is available for premium members. Honestly, if you like Battlefield, and I know it's already a $60 price tag, or if you beat the system, it's $54. With the EA Access stuff, or $55. But if you're into Battlefield at all, even just a little bit, and you jump back, I think the premium pass is worth it for this game. I mean, you might as well. It's an additional $20 to $30 depending on when you buy it and where you buy it. But really, I mean, it's well worth the money. I don't like paid map packs because it splits the community, and we talked about this last week. But honestly, I don't like the paid map pack system that Battlefield 1 has, but the maps that they put out are ridiculously amazing. And they just keep getting better. We talked about it last week. I can't go back to the original maps, not because
they're bad.
They are bad,
they were really
but because the other ones are so good.
Phenomenal.
Like,
I don't know
this
who
new
designs
one
their
amazing.
maps or what team does it, but they need a raise.
Yes,
Well,
they do.
they'll probably get it because you pay for these maps.
Yeah, that is true. That is very
So,
true.
Couldn't you say you get what you pay for?
and
Yeah,
you
there
pay
go.
for
You
it.
do pay for it.
So Battlefield Apocalypse, it's supposed to be some of the heaviest intense fighting of World War I, so expect some good maps. I believe there's 1, 2, 3, 4 maps in this one, including the dogfight maps above London and the Alps, and then it's just a good time.
Yeah.
I think there's weapon, your whole slate of stuff will come out, but very cool. Check out the trailer. It's very
if you've not seen
awesome.
the trailer, go check it out. If you're debating on it, go check it out. Also, we're doing the community play in 2 weeks on Battlefield 1, so definitely make sure that you jump on that premium pass and get that. Let me tell you, the biggest news story of the week is not actually Apocalypse.
Well, I know what you're going to say because I saw it today.
Yes.
We talked about it the other week.
Mr.
It was in the rumor
McSpicy
zone,
is going
which
to
do
be
come from somewhere.
very excited about this.
Oh,
This rumor had
Burnout
some meat behind it.
Paradise.
Oh, I saw this.
Burnout
That's right.
Paradise is being remastered. EA has decided to remaster it and release it physically, digitally. This is one that I might get physically as a collector, not unwrap it.
You might
physically
get
and
physical
digitally.
with this one.
Might get physical. Might get a little intimate with it. No, it's coming physically, digitally. Burnout Paradise remastered. It's coming March 16th. Guess what? Also coming in 4K.
This is coming, so it's going to be enhanced.
60 FPS as well.
60 FPS, 4K.
That means frames
This
per
game
second
was
for
so
those
good.
that are down with the lingo.
I loved this game.
And
a fun racing
hopefully
game.
it gives me it lets me plug back in the Kinect and take a little picture of myself as I send it to those crash
who you crash
victims.
into.
Yeah. That was seriously oh, actually you can do a webcam because you can
I
plug
don't think
webcams
you
into your
should.
Xbox now.
You're gonna break the terms of service, man.
Dude, I'm telling you, that is seriously to this day my favorite, and in my opinion, I think the best feature a game has ever had.
Yeah.
It was
The
great.
feature, for those of you that have never played it, the feature is if you had a webcam,
If you totaled another
if
car,
you've totaled another car and your webcam, for like 5 seconds, you would see them. You would
Yes.
no, it would take a picture of you and send it to them.
Send it to them.
Because
Oh,
you'd
yeah.
be
If
laughing
you were
at
the
them,
one
and you'd be like,
capturing
"Ha! I totaled you,"
I-
and then
it would
it'd send a picture of that,
pop
and it would
up
send
on
it
the
to them.
screen, and it would show them.
I'm sure they deleted that because I'm sure all kinds of lawsuits could come from that.
Oh, I'm
It's a
sure there was a
service,
lot of
man.
inappropriate stuff, but
Yeah.
I'm telling you, that was if the world was a better place, man. That was the greatest feature.
If you could just do it for your friends, like hit unlock and just do it for your friends.
that would, I mean, that was
that would make it worse.
yeah, that's true. That would make it worse.
I know what kind of friends I hang out with.
Okay, Mr. McSpicy, this question for you. Burnout Paradise, where does it rank in racing games of all time for you?
Oh, that's hard. Okay, I'll name my favorites,
tough.
and then I'll have to rank them. So definitely Burnout Paradise is on that. I love the original SNES Mario Kart.
Okay.
I love SNES Top Gear 3000.
Okay.
I do like any Forza. I'm just gonna put Forza in there.
Forza as a franchise.
Yeah,
Could be in there. Now, does that include Horizon or as well?
I would say more the simulator, more the standard title of the franchise. You know, your standard. I don't. I need to have a race. I need to have a progression. That's why I like Top Gear 3000.
Okay.
That's why I like Mario Kart.
Sure.
You go from the 50 cc's and you play you play the
Grand Prix.
yeah, the races.
Sure.
Then you move up, and then you unlock stuff and whatever. Favorite? I would say Burnout Paradise ranks number 2.
Okay.
Just
Wait,
gonna
does Gran Turismo hit that anywhere? Remember those original Gran Turismos were so good.
Yeah, I didn't.
They kind
play
of
those
pushed
much.
that racing genre on the first PlayStation.
I never had the first PlayStation. That's why I never
Oh.
played it.
Good time.
Yeah,
I
it's
think
like
I might have played it at a friend's house, but I didn't know.
So
what I
it goes
was
to
playing.
number 2.
Yeah, this is gonna sound bizarre.
Okay, give me number 3 for you.
Mario Kart.
Mario Kart, the
See,
SNES Mario Kart?
The problem I'm running into is I have nostalgia of these older games.
Sure.
Oh no, I'm gonna add Rock and Roll Racing on there too.
Okay.
Rock and Roll Racing by Blizzard, one of my favorite developers.
OG F-Zero. Does that make the list anywhere?
No,
I-
although that's
whenever-
good.
Oh, we had that game for the Super Nintendo.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
Whenever
I, like that
remember
game.
whenever it hit the rails, it used to scare me. I didn't like
Well,
that. It
because
was
it
like,
slowed you down.
it
'cause
was-
Because
no, no, no.
it was like electric bumpers.
but it was like the fingernails on the
Yeah.
chalkboard. You know, that sound. Yeah, that sound just it hurt me.
Yeah. So F-Zero doesn't make the list, but it's still an honorable mention, I would say.
Jimmy's honorable mention. Midnight Club. Any of the Midnight Clubs
I like
make the
Midnight
list for
Club.
I
you?
liked Midnight Club, but that was kind of more open worldy as well.
Yeah, it was.
And I don't like that style.
You're
as
a
much.
closed circuit.
Yeah.
Closed circuit racer right here.
I really like a game where you start out with a crappy car,
Okay.
and as you progress in the game, you make money, and then you buy a better engine, you buy better tires, and it's your winnings, it's your technical playing that gets you to progress, and then you can be rewarded for such.
Hence rock and roll.
Rock and Roll Racing is
Racing
that
for
way.
you.
Yeah.
What was the one that was top down? Super Nintendo. It was like
Monster
trucks.
Monster Jam.
That's Rock and Roll Racing.
Is that rock and roll racing?
That's how Rock and Roll Racing was.
Sure.
With
That was
like,
probably a ton like that.
Steppenwolf.
And you got
and-
nitros and you choo choo
Yeah.
choo.
Yep. Just like there's original arcade one. I can't remember the name.
Mm.
Chat will probably help me, but that's Rock and Roll Racing. And you would have awesome music in that game, obviously because it was called Rock and Roll Racing. But my number one,
Okay, number 1. So wait. Number 2.
I would actually put Burnout as number 3 now because I'm gonna put Rock and Roll Racing as number 2.
rock and roll racing number
I'd
2.
put Burnout in the top 5 just because of the music alone.
Burnout is
Yeah.
3.
Basically a Guns N' Roses album.
Remember?
Guns N' Roses album with a dash of yellow cards.
do you guys remember the Disney? Here's a pure Disney game that we didn't talk about. Blur. Remember that game where when you're racing around the track, you could hit a thing and like buildings would fall down. It was on the 360. Remember that game? You could like activate explosions that would blow up the track, or buildings would fall down across it.
I vaguely remember that.
Yeah.
I vaguely remember.
I don't
that.
know if it did very well, but that was a fun game.
Let's go.
Second
Second place, Rock and Roll Racing.
Third place, Burnout
Paradise.
One.
And then fourth place, Mario Kart.
Okay.
Fifth place was the other one that we mentioned, Forza.
Okay.
And now my number one.
Let's hear this. Number
is
one.
Top Gear 3000. I loved that
Top Gear
game
3000,
on the
wow.
SNES.
Yeah.
I spent one of the great things. They didn't really have a save system. It was one of those games where you had to put in a code to remember your spot, like Samus, Super Metroid, or the old NES Metroid. You had to put in a code
to
remember where you were in the game. Yeah. So
Wow.
I had this sheet of paper where I would write how far I was.
That is so funny. Sorry, Camshafts, Ding Dong and Innova corrected me. It's not Blur. It's Split Second. That's the one the Disney one that everything crashed. Good times. I remember playing that on the 360.
Yeah.
Jordan, top racing game. Your favorite racing game of all time?
Top Gear 3000 was so good.
I like Forza. The Forza series is fun, but I really liked the original Midnight Club on the original
I'm with you.
Xbox.
Midnight Club
You
makes
go
my
to
top
LA,
3 for sure.
Paris, and Tokyo.
I like the LA one.
Mhm.
And the maps were legit. Growing up in LA, the LA area, those are legitimate maps.
Legit
you could
maps.
go to USC.
Oh, really? I didn't know that. I don't remember.
It's good times.
But yeah, no, it was. I would Midnight
Minus
Club.
my-
And I mean I never I think that was Midnight Club 3 at the time, which is a Rockstar.
So
game.
F-Zero makes mine just because of the amount of time that I played it. The OG F-Zero. That is number 2. Number 3 is Midnight Club
I
for
do
me.
like the F-Zero map in Mario Kart 8.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
a good map.
Number 3 what I like about F-Zero is you could jump the course at certain jumps and like take shortcuts. Super fun. And if you knew those, and then you had the different developers. I forget. Captain Falco was always everybody's favorite, but I really like the pink guy. I forget his name, but he was pink, and they all had different abilities. Really cool, fun times. F-Zero makes my number 2 spot.
I mean, even Donkey Kong Racing, or Diddy Kong Racing,
yeah,
Diddy
yeah,
Kong
yeah.
even has a honorable mention.
Yeah. So
That was a fun. that was a
F-Zero makes
really
my
fun
number
game.
2. Number 3 spot is Midnight Club, and my number 1 spot is Forza Horizon. Forza Horizon 3.
Forza Horizon 3, that's a good
Favorite game.
one. That is a good
The
one.
best racing game ever. Forza 7,
Best
honorable
racing
mention
game.
up there. I just haven't put the time into it that I have these other racing games, so it doesn't make my top 3, but so good. So good.
Yeah.
Anyways, there we go. Burnout Paradise coming out remastered on
that's
March
pretty cool.
16th. Are we all going to get it?
I'm absolutely.
Yeah, I'll
getting
grab it. Yeah, because it'll
that's-
probably be at a reduced price. I'm
And
hoping.
Retro Racing Night, baby. Retro Racing Night. Here we go.
I really
Do you
hope they
think
do
it would-
something with the camera. I really do.
I don't think they will.
I know the
that
world
was-
is a different place than it was 10 years
Oh,
ago.
Be
man,
cool if
that
they came
was-
out with a
Do
phone.
you
a
remember?
phone app.
I actually, funny story.
Sure.
I was number 1 in the world on Burnout Paradise.
For
Oh, yeah,
like 15 minutes.
Yeah,
Like
they
15
reset
minutes,
it.
There was something going on with the servers, and like
they reset it.
Yeah, and they
I
reset.
remember you brought me in to
Yeah.
tell me.
They reset everything, and we happened to load up and just because so in Burnout Paradise there was a feature where like you can go one street to another street like a drag race real quick and like compare your times to leaderboards on the world. So after they reset it, we logged back in and we just happened to be on the road and we just raced kind of by accident, and it came up with our time, and then we looked at the leaderboard and it was number 1.
That
And then
was
10 minutes later it was gone.
That was such a memorable experience
Yeah.
for me. I remember
Yeah.
I was making
Number 1 in the
a
world,
egg sausage biscuit sandwich,
or at least North America anyway.
biscuit
whatever server
sandwich,
we were on.
and you came in and you're like, "Come check this out."
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
it
Yeah,
was
because
at the trailer.
that was over at the trailer where we used to
Have fun.
the old Bat Cave.
The Bat Cave.
The old Bat Cave. I remember that like
Yeah.
it was yesterday.
That
So
was,
someone anonymous in chat. Oh, Cruising USA was so fun. Nintendo 64, Major Barber. How did we forget Cruising USA? That
like
was
it.
a way fun game. Someone anonymous
Would
says
you count?
Burnout Paradise, $40.
Nice, yeah.
Remastered.
Would you count Crazy Taxi as a racing?
Yeah,
game?
Crazy Taxi was fun.
I enjoyed it. Crazy.
It's
I enjoyed a
unfortunate
good
it was on the
Crazy Taxi.
Dreamcast, but it was fun. No, just
I-
kidding. The
that's-
Dreamcast was a really good system.
It was
just
ahead of
came-
its time.
It came out at the wrong time.
Yeah, that's like
It was smashed and beat. It was like the Wii U.
it was.
The Wii
It
U
was
came out.
honestly. It was like if you were in the 20s and someone built a rocket ship and went to the moon, the world would have exploded.
Yeah.
Like it just. It was at the wrong
It was
time.
ahead of its time.
It was ahead of its time.
Yeah,
When was the first rocket, by the way?
the first rocket,
Like to the moon.
1969. I
Okay,
believe.
yeah. So let's go with 20s then. Like in the
No,
20s.
that's landed on the moon, but rockets like circled the moon and stuff prior.
Let's
I
go
mean, technically, I
okay,
can see the
medieval
moon from-
times, like Henry times from
Oh, okay.
you know.
I
Like
think
that's
Magellan went to the moon.
that's what
Lewis and Clark, I think they mapped it out.
Did they go to the moon?
That's what like the Dream, because the Dreamcast was a really good system. It was just ahead of its time.
Dude,
The
it
world
really
didn't know how to
was.
handle it.
Came with like your little Gigapet memory card
Yeah.
that you could play with.
Yeah, that was
So much
hilarious.
You
fun.
should pull out that and stream some.
I have it.
You have it.
I have it. Legit.
have
The
that.
original connections and everything. Burnout Paradise coming. We're really excited for it. And that brings us to our discussion segment.
Hold on, I was on a different screen. There we go, right here.
There it is. This is the second segment of the show where we take your questions and discussions. If you want to submit a question, you can do so every Friday over on Facebook. If you haven't liked us on Facebook, we hit 18,000
Yeah, that's
likes on
awesome,
Facebook
yeah.
this week, by the way. 18. We're almost to that 20K mark, baby.
That's cool.
Really excited for that.
You know what? Let's just do a.
Oh, yeah. Golf clap.
We're proud of
I
ourselves.
think it's a golf clap.
and
That's
we're
like
proud
a-
of you guys.
Thank you very much. Yeah, join us over on Facebook, facebook.com/X1Bros. Daily posts go up, mostly news posts, but lately we've been having a lot of discussions over on Facebook, so it's a good time, and you can submit your question every Friday. Question number 1 comes from Mr. Juan Garcia.
Juan Garcia.
This is actually the title of our podcast here, but Juan Garcia asks, if Skyrim 2 gets announced to release this year, what game would you choose to play if you could only pick between Red Dead or Skyrim, and why?
Oh, sorry, Scott. Like an
Sequels.
Elder Scrolls 6.
So this is
Yeah,
a
the thing, yeah, okay.
hypothetical.
Hypothetical, if Skyrim 2 was announced, which it very might well be,
Well,
or
it would
Elder
probably,
Scrolls
yeah, it would.
game.
It would. I don't think it'd be Skyrim 2, just because Bethesda doesn't do that. It'd probably be Elder Scrolls 6.
Well,
Well, isn't
another Elder
Skyrim
Scrolls.
basically Elder Scrolls 5?
Well, it is. It's
Yeah.
actually called Elder Scrolls 5
Oh.
Skyrim.
Yeah.
Maybe
And
that's
then
why I
there's-
said that.
Then there's Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion, Elder Scrolls 3 Morrowind, 2
Yeah.
Arena.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so that's
So
That's
because they
why I
each
said that.
they each take place in different.
So let's take
Lands
this
of
question back
Tamriel.
a step, because you got 2 great games on the 360. You have Skyrim, Red Dead Redemption. Let's start there. Which is superior? Let's start with
superior.
It's hard to say because I've
or is it a question of superiority or taste?
honestly, I think it's taste, because they're both amazing games, right?
It's just a difference
One is
of
Cowboys
genres.
and one is probably one of the best fantasy games out there.
Yeah.
It's a difference of genres
That I own on pretty much everything.
and I
own.
like them both.
Yeah.
I think both those genres
But
give me
look,
happiness.
check this out.
Okay, let's go original.
So, if you think of a new Elder Scrolls game coming out,
Okay,
right?
sure, okay.
So, did you ever play the DLCs for Skyrim, like Hearth and Home and
Yeah,
stuff?
the
like
only
that?
one that I played the first one, the second one where you went on to the second island,
Yeah.
I played like half of it. I
Okay, yeah.
didn't ever finish it.
In one of their DLCs, you could build your own house, and they
Okay.
applied that and put it on steroids in Fallout 4 via the
Oh, yeah.
whole base system. You
That's
know what I
right.
mean? So you can tell they're building upon in each of their games,
So
right?
in the next
Bethesda
one-
also makes Fallout 4, and it's
Yeah.
also under Todd Howard, who is probably going to be
Yeah.
making the next Elder Scrolls game. Can you imagine how good Fallout 4 was and how good Skyrim was, like a new Elder Scrolls, like on
Yeah.
modern consoles, taking advantage of the new, more powerful Xbox One X and PS4 Pro, like
with the world and the music,
Yep.
and the
and just the
And the 5
the
voice
high
actors.
the high fantasy, right? The high fantasy that it is. I mean, that's an amazing game.
Oh, but then,
And then you have Red Dead Redemption,
Yeah.
2,
think about what they did with Red Dead Redemption on
1,
the
and
360
every other
and
game
everything
that
they could do
Rockstar
with
does.
it on
and
the
Rockstar.
Dude, and check this out. Look what they did with Grand Theft Auto 5, and that runs on old hardware.
Well, look
essentially.
at what they did with San Andreas, then Grand Theft Auto, Liberty City, then Grand Theft
Vice City, and
Yeah,
Miami.
like it's the same thing. They progress.
Yeah.
It gets better and better.
You just
and
got
better.
2 juggernauts of developers here. You got Bethesda
In one
under Todd
corner.
Howard, and that guy's.
Todd wearing the red shorts.
I think he's a good guy, man.
Okay,
He knows what he's doing.
so
Yeah, there's a lot of things when he says something, I pay attention.
so we know it's
Yeah.
inevitable. It's not been announced yet, but an Elder Scrolls comes out.
Oh, there's gonna
Or
be an
a
Elder
next
Scrolls.
Elder Scrolls come out.
And when they do announce it, what I appreciate about Bethesda is you'll get it a few months later.
So for some simplicity's sake, let's call that Skyrim 2. So
Okay.
let's pretend that's announced this E3, comes out around the same time as Red Dead Redemption. Something happens, your wife gets pissed at you, McSpicy, and says, no more games. You get to choose Red Dead Redemption or Skyrim 2. Which one do you choose?
That's. Wait, what just happened?
No
'Cause
more
I gotta know
buying
what I
games.
did.
You're in the doghouse.
Oh, I hate
Red
that
Dead
place.
Redemption or Skyrim 2. Rubber meets the road. Which one would you pick if you could only
And-
pick one?
And so I have to have a rule that I cannot get the other one, no
Yeah.
matter what.
No matter
I'm
what, you can-
grounded.
You're at
You-
the store
the
and they
one-
have one copy of
The
each. It's
one you
either-
pick
yeah,
is the
either-
one between those two games, you'll never be able to play the other one.
Okay, I'm gonna go. If that wasn't the case, I would go Red Dead. But
Okay.
since that is the case, I would go Skyrim because I could play a lot of gameplay.
Yeah.
If that's my last game until I die, it'll be Skyrim 2.
You've got
Or,
to.
no, I'm sorry, Elder Scrolls 6.
Well, you've got to think.
We'll
Mods.
see. We don't know what it.
I mean, the mods that they allowed it with Skyrim.
That
so
said-
Skyrim 2, that's going to be on steroids.
A head to head with no restraints,
No
I would
restraints?
choose Red Dead.
That's your preference.
So I would play that first.
But
and
you
then
think
I would play
Skyrim has more content long term if that was your only game?
Correct.
Okay, Jordan.
Because I mean, I love myself a good fantasy, but fantasy's everywhere.
Okay.
Cowboy games don't come very often,
No, they don't.
and the style that Rockstar doesn't come. I mean, Rockstar games don't come very often.
Can you imagine the disappointment if it's just, let's say it's not even a bad game. Let's say it's just an average. If either of these games, Skyrim, Elder Scrolls 6 / Skyrim 2 or Red Dead Redemption 2, can you imagine if they're just average?
They just
Yeah.
suck.
No, not sucking. Let's say that they're decent, but they're not.
They're just
The bar that's been set by those two developers for those specific games
those titles.
is out of this world.
Yeah, their pedigree, both those companies' pedigrees, though, they know how to make games.
Yeah.
They
And
know-
you got Todd Howard on one side.
That's true.
Jordan, Skyrim 2, Red Dead Redemption.
So if
2.
I had to pick between Red Dead Redemption 2 or the new Elder Scrolls or Skyrim 2 or whatever you want, it'll be an Elder Scrolls.
Yeah.
Elder Scrolls. I would. That's tough because I have Skyrim.
Yeah.
It's Elder Scrolls 5
Yeah, sure.
Skyrim
Okay.
on every. Pretty much. I don't have it on my phone, and the only reason I don't have it on my phone is because they haven't released it there yet.
Eventually,
Yeah,
it'll come.
it'll probably come soon. So,
So you're going
that's the only-
Skyrim.
well, no, I would probably pick Red Dead Redemption 2 because you have all the open world stuff that you have everything that Skyrim has.
Okay.
Probably not as many quests or customability or stuff like that,
Okay.
Elder Scrolls or whatever. But you do have the multiplayer in Red Dead Redemption, whereas till now I don't know what the next Elder Scrolls is going to bring in,
Sure.
but until now, every Elder Scrolls game and Fallout game has been single player only.
Yes.
Besides the MMO.
Yeah.
Besides the MMO, which is done by ZeniMax. So
Yeah.
Todd Howard, he consults every now and then, probably.
He
but
goes golfing.
Yeah, with
And he
those
says,
guys.
you know what you should do? You should make it better.
Yeah.
This is how.
And then they did. So, but yeah, I would probably go with Red Dead because it has that multiplayer, which can change things. You
Yep.
know,
So if Skyrim went multiplayer,
can you imagine?
Let's say Skyrim goes multiplayer.
Now, see, that'd be
Then
different. Sorry,
would you go
now,
Skyrim?
check this out:
Okay.
Elder Scrolls 6 Battle Royale. Can you see that happening?
Dude, that would be
That's
so awesome.
Awesome. The gear
That
system.
one would be
and-
so
well, the
sweet.
gear
that
system-
has a gear system
And-
that'd make you proud.
And have we had a battle royale game where it's just strictly the only range weapon is a bow and arrow?
Magic.
And magic.
Magic.
Yeah, magic. Like that would be crazy.
you see a fireball.
you would
Random
have to,
dragons coming in. Just
you
random,
would
random
have
events.
to strategically party up because you'd want a tank with a shield up front to block all that, and then the mages in the back.
Yeah.
Like you would that would be crazy.
You need a healer.
You need a healer. Yeah, the restoration magic in there. Yeah, that would.
One guy's just behind
A
Yeah, that-
pulling a Moira.
a necromancer.
Yeah. Oh, that would be.
That would be amazing.
That would be.
Would
That
that
would-
be the ultimate game? Is that the ultimate?
that
Is that the ultimate battle royale?
It comes close.
That's pretty good.
If you do something like that, like you couldn't do single player because of all the different you'd have to like squad up in 5, and you'd have to think like, okay, you're essentially going into like you're going into a PvP raid.
Yeah.
You
You're like,
can
okay, I got
easily
5, we
raid.
got squad, we need a tank, we need a healer, we need the necromancer, 2 DP. I mean, that would be insane.
would be so awesome.
Not to mention you're all picking up gear. You got that would be crazy.
I learned fireball, guys. I learned fireball.
Yeah, like so. Not only are you searching, you're doing your skills, your skill tree.
You have to
That's what
level
you're
up your skill
unlocking
tree
as
as
you're
you're running
going
to
through.
the center of the map. Well,
And the mounts would like you'd have a dragon.
you have-
If it were Elder Scrolls Skyrim battle, Elder Scrolls 6 might not take place dragon wise, but
oh
You
man, that's
would-
funny. Yeah.
that would be
And the legendary dragon is an elder dragon.
yeah. Can you imagine that? Oh, that would
Well,
that
they
probably
have,
would be the ultimate battle royale.
you can easily fit
Because we
that
know Red
into-
Dead's gonna have a battle royale.
Yeah.
You can easily fit that into the lore because in the game you have all the gods fighting against
Yeah,
each other.
and
Yeah.
to be
And
honest
you
with
can
you,
be like, my mortal will beat your mortal.
every race in that game hates each other. I mean, it's not a far stretch to just have them all go in and fight each other. You know,
I mean, that technically it is a battle royale. Just not, the circle isn't going.
but can you imagine from the first person perspective and like because we don't know what
Yeah,
the combat,
only first person.
we don't know what the combat we don't know what the combat system is going to be like in Elder Scrolls
And
6.
your
So
bow and
imagine like
arrow.
and you're just like swinging at each other. Like,
I want to get my sneaking skill up while we do this.
you pickpocket someone before you kill them.
Pickpocket 'em. Oh, man.
That
I
would
think that would
be-
be the I think we have it. That's the ultimate battle royale.
And honestly, I wouldn't even care if it wasn't balanced. Like that would just be
It doesn't
so
need
much
to be.
Yeah, that would just
No.
be so much fun. That like that would be cool.
Templar, I guess, probably a Templar type character with a sword and shield, fully
Yeah.
armored up with a little bit of magic. Probably the OP character.
That's why you'd have to
No,
have a
mage,
group.
man.
Like
Mage
you'd have
long
you'd have a
distance.
tank up front, just like
The
heavy.
mage can sit there and have cookies and
No,
blow
but that's
the hell out
but
of
they're
you.
like glass cannons. So the one hit with an arrow, that guy's gone.
That's
Yeah,
why
That's
he's
what I'm saying.
gone.
Stay
You
away.
get like
Yeah.
you
Stay
get
away.
like
That's why you have a fireball.
That's why you
that's
have
why
sneak.
that's why you get like a tank up front, like with that draconic armor, and which
Oh,
I
yeah.
know the cheat to get really quickly
So
in
McSpicy.
Skyrim.
So back on topic here. McSpicy would go Skyrim because of the mods and the amount of hours and content in the single player game. Jordan would go Red Dead Redemption.
Over the next Elder, that's so hard. The only reason as of right now I would pick Red Dead Redemption 2
Yeah.
over the next Elder Scrolls 6 or whatever is because Red Dead Redemption I know has the multiplayer and I know has the battle royale feature that they're going to have.
Yeah.
And the multiplayer can offer different things.
Sure.
You know,
No,
it can bring longevity.
For myself, Red Dead Redemption 2 or Skyrim 2, I would have to go Red Dead Redemption 2, and only because I think I agree with McSpicy's point that single player mode that has the content there. I mean, there's just no question, particularly once you start talking mods and stuff like that. I would go Red Dead Redemption 2 because I really do believe, and I will say it again, I think I think Red Dead Redemption 2 is the new version of MMOs, and I think basically their online mode is going to be eternal. Like, I don't think it's ever going away. They're making so much money. They're making more money off of Grand Theft Auto Online than they ever made off of the Grand Theft Auto 5 game itself.
Yeah,
And Red Dead
short
Redemption
cards.
Red Dead
Short
Redemption
cards,
2 is going to have that, and it's going to have it in spades, and I think they're just going to up their features and figure out their online mode. And so for that reason, I would pick
And have
Red Dead
shark
Redemption
cards.
2. Great question, Juan Garcia. Thank you so much for writing that in. Next question comes from Stacy Fenn, and I love this question. That's why I included it. This one is only for Mr. McSpicy.
Exciting.
Yeah, Mr. McSpicy, you might want to follow along because it's a little bit of a complicated question here, but here we go, everybody. Okay, Mr. McSpicy, this is what Stacy Fannin writes in. Mr. McSpicy, you have 1 week of Jedi training to go, but in this final week, you must prove your humility.
I already like this question.
You must prove your humility to the Jedis in order to achieve Jedi Knight status. You have only 3 choices to complete this training. Which one do you choose? Choice number 1, you spend a week in a sauna with Kylo Ren with his temper tantrums. Choice number 2, you spend a week at Jabba's palace wearing Leia's slave costume.
Ooh.
Or choice number 3, you spend a week with Finn on meth. He never sleeps and he never stops talking. Which do you choose?
Finn.
Finn on meth, a week.
Okay. Okay. Do I
A
have
week
to
at
only
Jabba's
choose one?
palace.
Because I'm telling you, this all sounds like a really good time.
You would like to be Jabba's sex slave?
I mean, it's an experience I've never had in my life before.
Have you seen Jabba? He's disgusting. Remember when
He's a
he
worm.
licks her with that big gross tongue?
Dude, and even the tantrum hanging out with Kylo Ren, that would be funny.
Tantrum.
That would be a good time. And then, yeah,
In a
Finn on
sauna?
crack. Oh, he's on meth. He's on meth. He's on some sort of speed. Dude, that all sounds like a blast.
Okay,
That is like a weekend in Vegas that I will never forget.
It should be like a short skit that they do. Put those 3 together for a party. They have like a bachelor party. What happens?
It's like a $10,000 event that you once in a lifetime thing.
Yeah,
No, I choose all of them. That
All
sounds
3.
amazing.
All right, there you go.
I'm going to be the best Jedi that this world has ever seen.
Reactor Leak says Jabba's tongue for the win, and Ronan says I'd kill Finn. So there you go. Great question. I thought that was hilarious, Stacey Fadden. Well done, sir.
Hangover 17. That's exactly what it is. That's a hangover movie.
Travis Alexander writes in, and this is something that before the show I talked about when I was stalling for the computer
Yeah.
fix here live.
Yeah.
Terra got
Oh.
announced, the beta
Yes.
coming.
Oh,
I think it's
yeah.
March 9th, I want to say.
And it's an open beta too, isn't it?
Open beta,
Yeah, so you
March
can just
9th to
download
the
it, yeah.
11th. Terra announced it's coming March 9th. What are your thoughts? What, Jordan, have you had a chance? Did you jump into beta or Terra on? I thought you did.
Yeah, when it first came out, because when it came out, there was Warcraft,
And
which
it's
was the big one,
it's like action RPG type
Yeah.
fighting, right?
and it was like one of the first action. Well, dude, Terra came out, so it was Warcraft. There was Rift was getting big, and then like Terra came out, and those were kind of like your three big ones at the time. And I remember playing Terra,
Uh-huh.
and it was big.
It's now Terra is a Korean MMO.
Yeah, it was. I remember the scale being huge because you're
Yeah.
like, that's a big monster. But I also remember it like at the time because I was like in high school at the time.
When
It
Korean MMOs are
it,
very distinct.
it cranked your computer.
Yeah.
Like,
well,
it was-
now you've got
it
the
was a
One
hog.
X. Now you've got the One X.
Yeah, it was a hog at the time. Now it's you can run it pretty. I mean, it still looks nice, but you can. Yeah, I remember that game. I didn't play it for too long. I think I played like the 7-day free trial.
So I think this is a good one that
But,
fits the controller well.
Yeah, because it's I remember it's action combat, and I
Yeah.
think they advertise as the only true action
The
combat.
first
game.
action combat.
Oh yeah,
Because now you
because
got
it
Black
really
Desert
is it
Online.
really is quite action combat, and you can be a bunny in it. I forget the name of that race, but you can be like a rabbit with a gun.
That sounds like a good time.
Yeah, no, it's.
Well, I
it's-
remember
it's
debating
Korean.
it when Jordan was trying to get me into MMOs at very first. I was
Yeah,
because
because there was a while,
and there was like this comparison at which one do you want to get into. The problem was this Korean MMOs versus like a World of Warcraft think of Monster Hunter, like that learning curve.
Yeah.
That on steroids.
Well, there was a while when they were pumping them out. Like there was DC Universe came out, and
Yeah.
then Terra was out, and Rift was out, and
Rift was the other one that I was looking at.
that was the one that was most similar to World of Warcraft playstyle, and it was a good game. It just had a rough.
Terra on the console. You think that's a good match?
Hey, that's cool. Yeah, I mean it's got action combat. I I didn't level super hard or do anything intense. I think I only did like the free trial that you do that you can get for it. 7
Yeah.
days or whatever. But I don't even know if it's subscription based anymore. I'm sure when it launched it was, but I don't even know if it's just buy to play now.
Yeah. Well,
But,
the open beta,
yeah.
we'll be able to check it out and then give you more of an opinion there. Travis, thank you so much for writing
Yeah.
in. Sean Ambrosi writes in and says, "It's obvious you guys are committed and passionate about positive gaming in the empire that is the XoneBros. What was gaming like for you? What was gaming like before you guys? Blah, blah, blah. What was gaming like for you guys before the Xbox One and establishing this great community? Did you stick mostly with games you enjoyed playing the most, or did you play a little bit of everything like you do now?" I'd like to go first on this one. Doing the XoneBros actually has completely changed my gaming style. I used to stick with a couple games that I played the crap out of. Madden, Skyrim, for instance, on the 360, Madden, Skyrim. I played a lot of RTS PC games
Ruse.
back then. Ruse.
You played
was
StarCraft back
really
then.
good. I played StarCraft quite a bit. Probably a lot more PC gaming.
You
at
played
the time.
Civilization. I remember that. Yeah.
Quite a bit. So no, I did not play the variety. Now I play much more variety so that I could talk about the games.
Yeah.
That's ultimately what has changed. When you do a podcast talking about games on the Xbox One, you have to have at least dipped your toe in the water in order to talk about the temperature of the water. And so that's what has changed most for me in my gameplay style. I don't know if it's changed for you guys. Jordan, has it changed for you at all? And if it has, what has changed?
I don't know.
It's a great question. I
It
never
really
even
is.
thought about it before.
I played a lot of games before the podcast, and I still play a lot of games after the podcast.
So nothing.
Well,
it's probably not changed for Jordan a whole bunch.
I play a lot of games.
Yeah, between me and you, I changed my play style way, like the type of games that I played, not nearly like Jordan played everything.
Actually, no, yeah. I had my little corner.
He had his
Back when we
corner.
lived together
Yeah.
with a pull-out screen.
Well,
That
screen.
was my
Not as
screen.
fancy as it sounds.
I want to
but
find that screen. That
It's
screen
somewhere.
changes
It's.
lives.
I think it's somewhere. I think I know where it's at. But
Well, let's find it. We could use it.
yeah, that's,
Put it back here.
Yeah.
I gotta mount it. I mean, it's a piece of history.
It is a piece of history.
I remember David and I used to play doubles in Halo 3 quite religiously.
Yeah, that was a good time.
When I
Halo 3 was
first
fun.
moved in together.
We played Madden a lot.
And then I actually remember, and Mark, don't take this the wrong way, but I
Oh, gosh.
remember Mark was hardcore into Call of Duty, and one of the funnest times that we all got to play is when Mark, you got sick. You were dying.
Yeah, okay.
You were dying, and me and David were telling you about this game, Battlefield Bad Company.
Oh,
And
yeah.
you had me. You said, you know what? I want to be a part of that experience. So you had me go buy it for you, and that's all we did
I
for
did.
forever. Because you were sick.
But I
You were
gave you
so-
money.
Yeah.
I didn't just say, Jordan,
I came
go
over.
buy
I
me
came
this
over to
game.
your place where you were dying,
Yeah, I remember
and
this.
you said, you know what? I want to be a part of. And I remember you said no, because you weren't, because I was trying to get you to buy it, and you were like no, and then like I think you called me back or something, but you were like, no, you know what? I want to be a part of that. Because I was
Yeah.
telling you, like, I was like, David shot a tree.
Dude,
and
it
Which
was
it
so
ended up
fun.
being one of my favorite games.
Well, but
So fun.
and that sounds like nothing now, but at the time, like, we're like, David, you just took down that tree,
Dude, I remember.
with a sniper.
I remember
like,
that
it fell.
moment sitting there and just like what, because and honestly, what made that game is not even the destruction; it was the sound.
Yeah.
Remember how good the sound, and it was the first time that was
Yeah.
like 3D whizzing past you.
What I,
Especially, I think that game is the first time that I bought headphones because
Yeah.
of the sound.
Me
that
too.
that was what did
actually.
it for me. That Battlefield Bad Company just did
Yeah.
such a good job with that.
and then I
think
think
I had
your
my
I
original
think your
headset
moment
somewhere.
was when you we were playing that map Oasis, and you just blew through and just ran.
Well,
through,
yeah, you got
just-
the grenade launcher guy,
Yeah.
and you could blow holes in the wall.
and you
just run straight
you were getting
forward.
those when you'd get a sniper shot because you had to aim up, like you didn't
Yeah,
you
you
couldn't
could-
just, it wasn't like a hit scan,
Sniping
you know what
was
I mean?
OP'd in the original Bad Company. though.
But when I remember you'd get snipers and the points would just list off
What
because of
was
how many
OP?
distance
What was
headshot.
OP is driving around in a golf cart with one person with
Do you
the
remember
wrench
I got in
or the drill
I got in
repairing it, and the
Repair
other
it.
person shooting, and
Yeah.
you're so hard to hit. You're
best map I still think to this day was the golf
The golf course.
golf course
And
is
when
the
they
greatest map of all
didn't
time.
remake it in like Bad Company 2 and stuff, I was really disappointed.
They haven't remade that map yet.
No, they haven't in any of the
That
Battlefields.
needs to come back.
But I remember I got an achievement for taking down like 50 trees.
Yeah, you get an achievement for
because
the
you
chief.
like I pointed the AA because we took out everybody's cover because our squad was dominating that
Oh,
round,
yeah.
weren't they? That was back when it was only like 16 versus 16.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? So
such
you
a
didn't
fun
have-
game. So Jordan's play style since doing the podcast really hasn't changed. He played a variety.
No,
of
I
games
have
going
an
up there.
excuse to
Mr.
play games.
McSpicy, what about you? Has being in the podcast, how has it changed the way you play games, or what kind of games you play?
I mean, I think as far as games go, I think I'm kind of a hybrid.
Sure,
It didn't change me nearly
like
as,
me,
Yeah, it didn't change me nearly as much, but because I played a lot of games too.
but you were no Jordan.
Yeah, Jordan, he doesn't even mention half the stuff he plays every week. He's just
Yeah.
like, oh yeah,
He's like, yeah, I played
that
one game this week. He's actually played like 10. He's just played one on the Xbox.
Well,
like
yeah.
that's he's got like 6 games going on the PC right now, a couple on PlayStation, and another one on the Switch. So
This man has a schedule I envy.
I don't know how he does it.
Yeah, and but so I mean, if you minus my Call of Duty days, because Call of Duty for a good 3 years,
Yeah.
that was.
Took you down the rabbit hole.
Yeah, I mean, I played nothing else. I missed out on the launch of StarCraft, and that
2?
was a shame. StarCraft 2, yeah. StarCraft
Oh, really?
2,
Wow,
yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, because I was heavily into
Call of
Well,
Duty.
hey,
Call of
at the
Duty.
time, Call of Duty was a game changer.
Yeah, that I mean
Yeah.
that was
Because the
golden
dominant,
era.
the dominant
of
shooter
Call of
was
Duty.
Halo at that time, and then Call of Duty with Iron Sight, like they changed everything.
Yeah.
Point system,
and then you had to unlock new weapons, level,
prestiging. They
get the
started
golden
that, right?
guns and
Yeah.
all that fun stuff. But as far as like, I gotta say this, as far as our conversations, that we generally, minus the plugs for Patreon and
Yeah.
stuff like that, of course we take those off.
Yeah,
This is like how we talked about games
like
whenever
we'd
we met up.
be playing Guild Wars and just having those. Did
Dude,
you
that
guys
was
see this?
fun.
Oh,
We
did
all
you guys
played
see
Guild
this?
Wars,
Oh,
yeah.
how about this?
Yeah. So this is
Via
what
Skype,
you guys listen to is just
Yeah.
basically our discussions just recorded,
moved with a mic in front of our face,
and then of course our plugs.
with the plugs and an intro and outro.
Hey, remember
That's
when
it.
Skype added their like business call and you can have more than 3 people? In
Yeah,
That was-
yeah. We actually did that to play games before. That was before Discord. That was before any.
Yeah,
That's how we talk. I mean, I hardly ever used. I wasn't
They had
introduced
like your
to
TeamSpeak stuff,
Yeah.
yeah. But I used TeamSpeak for
You used TeamSpeak. I
Yeah.
could never figure out
it's a
like the
requirement
back in the day. I
it's a
know
requirement
now
for rating in most guilds. TeamSpeak
TeamSpeak.
because
is
you
a
had to have your
requirement.
TeamSpeak server that you had to
Yeah.
log into, and I was always like, it's too much work. I'm not gonna deal with that.
Great question, Sean Ambrosi. Thank you so much. Never even thought about that, how much it's changed my play style, but it definitely has. That does us for the day. For this week, we had some technical difficulties. I had a cookie with a raisin in it.
And my computer exploded.
It's quite the day, quite the
tough
podcast.
one.
Podcast 199. Mr. McSpicy, what will you be up to this week, and where can people find you?
I will be playing. Actually, what will I be playing?
Kingdom Come Deliverance.
Yes,
Continue with that.
because I'm still not done with that.
Yeah.
You know what I got this
Sword
week?
Art Online. You're gonna jump in maybe if it's good enough.
And I think it's still going. The deal is still going.
Okay.
This is not Xbox related.
Okay.
I actually
Oh, yeah.
purchased Overwatch on the PC. It's half
Oh.
price
Half off
right
right
now
Oh wow.
because I wanna play it
Take
with
it to the pros.
play it with a mouse and keyboard. Actually, I think it's partly why my computer blew up. It's because I was tweaking some internal USB settings for my mouse to have a higher refresh rate,
Ah.
and I think that caused my computer to not be so happy. But yeah, Overwatch is half price right now, and so I bought that. I've been playing actually quite a bit of that because you have to be 25 before you can play
Oh, you
comp.
jump into rank matches, yeah.
But
Yeah.
to answer your question, David, yes,
Yes.
I will be playing games this week. I will be playing Kingdom Come Deliverance.
Where can people find you?
Twitter at Mr. McSpicy. Also, my gamer tag on Xbox Live is Mr. McSpicy.
Freaky RO just reminded me, and I apologize, I forgot. The X1Bros leaderboard is up on the True Achievements. If you want to compare yourself, there it is.
I'm gonna hit that.
There it is. It's the reason that we forgot
I see
it
why he reminded you.
is we switched over to different notes. I'm doing them on paper. I think it helps out.
Yes,
so
paper.
we're actually going to save these for the archives, the historic archives here.
The
Well,
first
once-
paper.
Once we're billionaires, we're going to sell this for charity. Have a charity
I
auction.
actually
for
like
these
these a lot.
stupid-
It's very nice to have.
Yeah, I think it's made it
Great
easier
idea.
for me, but I forgot to include the achievements on there like I normally do on my PC version, where I usually keep track of everything. So, True Achievements. Compare yourselves to the community with the achievement hunting every week. It refreshes every 7 days. This week, the #1 man in the world who did not think he was going to get it. He told me this morning, I don't think I'm going to get there, is the one and only Freaky RO at 3080. Congratulations.
All right.
Great job,
and he did
Freaky.
it with Warhammer End Times there.
Warhammer
Vermintide
End
is,
Times,
the last
Vermintide.
achievement he
Very
got.
well done, Freaky. In second place is Buffs, he's an achievement hunter. He's always up there. Then we've got Chin Doctor, Tay Beast Middle,
Chin Doctor Tay Tay.
Those are two different games.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's a great combination.
and coming in number 6 is Full Silhouette. Thank you so much,
Very cool.
or great job, guys. Thank you for being a part of the True Achievement leaderboard. Come and compare yourselves to the rest of the community.
Freaky just said he had to unlock the last few during the
Oh.
stream.
Oh, that's why I had it.
Which is good because we had to start the show late and we
Yes.
didn't do it
It
till
was
the end of
because
the show.
of Freaky.
Yeah, Freaky,
Universe.
you broke my PC.
The universe.
He did it on purpose. He was like, I'm not there yet. He hacked in and broke it. Anyways, great job. Come and join it. TrueAchievements.com. Just search X1Bros. Click on the leaderboard and join it. And you'll compare yourself every 7 days. So we'll see who's in the top next week. Jordan,
Yes.
what will you be up to and where can people find you?
I'm Jordan the Man XOB everywhere on everything. And
Hold on, I have a sound for that. Are you ready?
I'll be playing Kingdom Come Deliverance, and I'll probably be playing a lot of Sword Art Online. And I was thinking,
Yeah.
I can make a Kirito character, and you can make the sniper lady, because you like to do the sniper anyway, Kirito, yeah, that's his name.
Oh, man. Yes.
Because you create your own character.
Yes,
They're in the
yes,
game, but I
yes.
just I'm gonna do his SAO version, not the Gun Gale online
Okay.
version, where he gets the rare.
So
Avatar.
I just watched like the first 2 episodes of the next season on
what's-
Sword Art Online. So I'm not yet to the gun.
No, that is season 2 because season.
Remember
season
they
1
do
is
it. Remember they do it
Elfheim.
all weird. Yeah.
Yeah, because there's SAO Elfheim, and then season 2 is Gun Gale, where they introduce Twitch basically.
Yeah.
And that was hilarious. That was funny, or Mixer, if you will.
Yeah.
I am X1Bros everywhere. I will be playing a lot of Monster Hunter Online. I want to rank up. That game just has me hooked. Also, be doing some Minecraft. That's always a good time. If you'd like to support the show, We've talked about how you can do it earlier, but another way you can do it is go over and rate us on iTunes, review us there. It helps us with our iTunes rankings. iTunes is king. Don't forget E3. We're going to be there. Stay tuned. Get your tickets. We're going to do a meetup of some sort. Have a great week, everybody. Stay positive. We'll see you next time. All right, everybody. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for hanging out during the show. That was a good time. Really appreciate it. All right, we are going to do a raid, and all that means, all you got to do is stay here in chat. And as soon as this goes off, I am going to host a streamer. And when we do it, just hashtag positive gaming raid. Hashtag positive gaming. Should I type this in, actually?
Yeah, just go ahead. Do what you do.
Here's an example.
You do you, man.
Here's an example. Positive gaming. So what happens is we will go blank, and then I will host, and just type that into chat. Just do it once and say hello to the person that we host here. We are going to host none other than the one and only 8-Bit Blonde. Here we go in 3, 2, 1.